Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm back on screen. And I just put my other camera around so I didn't have to, I was like, I couldn't figure out the other way. But anyways, today is all signs. It's going to be a fun one. We have Scorpio and Venus, and I am a Scorpio, Venus and Scorpio. And so I just thought we'd dive into relationships, who's meant for you, the next relationship. This is going to be a quick one for all signs, but I think I will be doing this for each individual zodiac signs this week when I start that rollout. Because we're all about, deepening relationships and these, get into that truth, that intimacy level, that let's make it real type of, sheet, it was like, come on, no more games. So might look at that with the individual readings, but today we're going to tap into it a little bit and just be playful. And I'll always do Aries to Pisces for each zodiac sign. So I do start with Aries down to Pisces. And for each one, the timestamps will be up after the live. If you're in the chat room, I can throw it out, tell you which one it is, where, what time it is, or somebody else can. But until after the live stream is up, I will pin them in the comments. Hello, everybody that's coming in. Hello, Debbie. Hello, April, Angel, VR, right? Julia, Libra, what's up? You guys are awesome. Come on in. Tell me your sign, who you're here for. Bring your awesome energy because it does help the live stream. I do chat, so if you're new to my channel, I do chat with everybody, check in on you guys, but I try to limit the chat in during the readings themselves. So that is why the timestamps are there. You can, for most part, I try to put them on point. You may get me talking a little bit, but you're pretty much where your reading is. Hello, the girl, and Aries girl on fire, and Darcy, what's up? Don't forget to say happy birthday to Scorpio if you want to win a personal reading. I do that every month, and I will be going live with all signs, personal mini readings for the subscribers after this at 4. So that live stream is up. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Melissa. All right, guys. So we will start this show. Remember, this is going to be a little bit of a preview to what I'm going to do for the individuals this week. So as much as I want, and I tend to want to go deep and into everything, I have to watch the time today. So let's get to it. Ground in. My favorite thing to say lately is to set your intentions before you go into this reading. Don't be trying to piece all the pieces together. Well, Cancer and during the Cancer reading said this, but I went to, Libra and the Cancer said this and that. You have to choose which ones you're going to connect with today. And it's not always going to piece together perfectly. All right. I'm glad it's a great way to start your weekend. All right. Lots of new people in here. Awesome. Mia, Aries. Let's see. Aries. So Aries, we're looking at who's your next relationship. All right. So let's see your current energy and love. I am going to switch the screen here. You got me on the side here so you can see my face. All right. So let's see. Your current energy. You have the 6 of Pentacles. I love this energy. All right. You're just looking for what's real. You're wanting a balance in your relationship. You're wanting somebody to help you out. You're wanting somebody to be there for you, be your ride or die. You're putting in the energy. You know that you're going to get back a return of investment, right? So you're really in a good vibe, though, because this is what the universe is hearing you scream, right? It's like if something's not working out for you right now, Aries, or somebody is not showing up for you, you're definitely going to feel lonely. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel depleted. Your energy being siphoned from you because it always seems like you have to do more. All right. So this is you calling in your other half, your partner in crime. So what is your challenge and what's leaving, right? Look at this. You can't do everything yourself. Oh, so this tells a whole different story. I do see an earthy energy already coming in around you. It doesn't matter, male, female. That is the Queen of Pentacles. But in my readings, you can be a queen no matter what. You can be a king no matter what. You can be a page. It just does not matter. So the earthy energies is coming in for your person. So You're wanting to attract, and it seems like you're trying to attract in somebody who has the same expectations as you do. And you have some high expectations. You're the Queen of Pentacles. You want something done, you make it happen. You bring it to you, you build it, right? The Queen of Pentacles is a boss, is a leader, and she is very responsible, right? But also, if it's a challenge position, and what you're needing to learn is to not be afraid to ask for help, and not, be afraid to let other people do things for you. I feel like this could be a wound for some of you. It's coming through for me right now as, if I do more, they can't blame me later, or they can't say I didn't, or, you're so used to giving more because you don't want to feel guilty or feel like you failed anybody in some way or failed yourself. But there's something coming through where it's like, at some point you're given just way too much, and or you're not open to allowing other people to give to you. All right, so that's what I feel like what some of you might be up against right now, and that has a lot to do with your value and your worth and relationships. And that makes sense after we just kind of went through this. We just did go through this full moon in Taurus, which was illuminating some of that for us. So who's coming towards you? All right, I have an 8 of Cups. All right, so we're going to pull a clarity because let's see, the 9 of Wands. This is somebody that's been an ongoing situation. All right, this has been somebody here that either you're not asking them for anything because you're used to not getting back what you want, or you're afraid to ask them, or they're at a distance, or you're dealing with a runner, and you're dealing with somebody that it just seems to, you're really worn out from this situation. You're really worn out, but it seems like you're compensating in this connection. Why are you compensating though? This is where, the Queen of Pentacles, for some of you, this could be what's leaving you right now, is making demands on what it is that you want in a relationship. It looks as though somebody that is coming around your next relationship is somebody that you have already dealt with on some level, right? Now, this can show up, even though there's an 8 of Cups and there's a 9 of Wands. This could be somebody that gets so worn out, so tired of life in general, and they don't like to deal with their problems, or they're just, they just give up easy, right? And it feels like, they focus more on themselves, and it seems like they put themselves first, or they're trying to put themselves first. But what's coming through for your person, though, is that this is actually something good. This is going to turn out in your favor, because it feels like this person knows they have something that they need to work on, that they need to confront in their own life, right? And it may have been keeping them set back for a while. Now, you may be feeling as though, yeah, I've been carrying the brunt of this. I'm always the one that steps up. I'm always the one that makes plans. I'm the more responsible one. I just, and I feel like my person's not pulling through for me. I get this energy of this, not giving up on this just yet. There seems to be a turnaround coming in with your person. Now, that may come through in the readings today because we have retrograde periods starting this weekend. Mercury's already stationed getting ready to stop. And so there's a lot of reevaluating. There's a lot of looking at what's going on and what we have been doing and have not been doing in a relationship, and why we're unhappy. So retrogrades, often people get excited and think, oh, my ex is going to come back, my person's going to come back. But it's deeper than that. It's about reevaluating and not making the same mistake again. And it looks like your person that is coming towards you is going through this right now. They're doing a lot of soul searching, and they're not wanting their lives to be difficult. And it feels like this person may even feel like, not having you around is a lot more difficult, especially if you always showed up as the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who did everything. But let's go back to that 6 of Pentacles. That's not what you're looking for. I'm sending that out to you. You're wanting somebody to be equal. So how will this happen? How will it start again, right? And I see the Strength card. So what this tells me with the major arcana here is this is going to happen organically. The universe is doing its power. The major arcana is saying that you're not in this alone. This relationship is being guided. You guys definitely have a connection that's not only, I believe all relationships, all connections are karmic. Not all are meant to stay. But this feels like a soulmate, but also, you guys are learning learning lessons with each other. You're helping each other grow. This person definitely feels it now, or may need it really. This is why they're coming back around. They may feel like you're the strength, you're that calmness, you're the one that helps them hold it together. And you may not realize it. People don't voice this out or say, oh, you're the one that keeps me together. It's a subtle cue, a subtle sign, but it's spirit guided. So it feels like this will be a fated moment that brings you guys together. This bond is definitely getting stronger with that 9 of Wands. So the future energy and outcome, I see the 4 swords. I see a reset coming in. I see a lot of healing energy between you and this person coming in. Now, it could be a Leo energy. And this is why I like to do the Aries through Pisces, because it'll help you guys fine tune who you're connected to. But the Earth energy and Leo energy is coming through. So this is somebody who typically is very confident. This is somebody that has a big heart. It was 11-11 when I said that. And this is somebody who's really strong too, athletic maybe, or just strong built, and, really has a lot of pride, doesn't want to let people know, I'm stressing or struggling with something, and it can kind of mirror your energy too. So it has to break somewhere. We've got a cave. It's a very strong bond, but you guys seem to know how to muscle through, and will muscle through whatever this is that will bring you guys together. We're seeing a reset here, a new journey beginning, and one that feels a lot more calm in this relationship. So let's see, a calm within the storm. That's coming through for me the last couple of days in my readings. The Magician, you have Virgo, you have Gemini energy. You also have Mercury energy. And this is all about thoughts and communication and how we process information. And so there seems to be, with this retrograde coming in, and during this retrograde period, that there may be a lot of reprocessing and rethinking how we've showed up for one another. And this is going to be a major breakthrough for you and the person that your next relationship will be. Now I'm going to pull an oracle, and I'm going to go through Aries through Pisces. So this is an oracle for my Aries. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You deserve to have balance in your life. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. I do feel like this is the completion. This is sort of a grand finale, I think, for you and a person that is coming towards you, finally committed. All right, Aries through Pisces, let's take a look. All right, show me the energy around Aries through Pisces. This will kind of give me the connection that you're in with them. It could be, is this ongoing karmic situation, a lesson? Is it the time? What's going on? What does Spirit want you to know? This is, all right, so there is a lot of karma. There's a lot of forgiveness coming in and healing energy for my Aries. Aries, you have a shocking event, fast changes, and a new chapter coming your way. Someone in Aries may be feeling lost without you. All right, so this is a tower moment that's coming through. So a huge revelation. This is God has spoken. So this is very soulmate and divine timing type of relationship with an Aries. Taurus, I'm seeing marriage. All right, so this relationship, either you were married in a past life, you were married before, you're married now, you potentially could get married, you have what it takes. All right, but you also have a contract, and there's also karma there. All right, so these types of relationship with your Taurus are the type that really make you stronger, because they can really challenge you. Gemini. All right. So you Gemini, you guys see a lot in each other. You guys really like each other. This seems to be the gateway for a new beginning. You guys help each other grow, and you guys have a great look together. You guys feel good together and very attracted to one another. So I am seeing you guys see life the same. You kind of want the same things. You have a lot in common, and a new beginning coming in. This could go anywhere. We have Cancer, very challenging energy, a lot of lessons here with you and a Cancer. It seems like you guys will push through and stop at nothing, though, to be together, and somebody is doing the work. The momentum is picking up. Leo, well, you and Leo, your soul has returned to learn many lessons. So have fun. You guys are still on this karmic wheel, and you guys, learning the lessons, you can get off whenever you feel like it. Virgo, Mars, all right? Lots of challenges and tension, impatience, jealousy. I mean, there is some conflict between you and a Virgo. So this to me feels very karmic-y. All right. This doesn't mean that there's not passion. Doesn't mean that there's not sexual attraction. It doesn't mean that this can't work. It just means that it's got a lot of fight in it. It's going to take a lot, and it's a lot of challenges in it as well, too. Libra, you and Libra seem like you're good friends, you guys help each other. You guys help each other stay grounded. This could turn out to be more of a friendship kind of, vibe here with your Libra. Scorpio, surrender and go with the flow. Let fate take its course, right? This is a very challenging relationship too with Scorpio, but this is telling me that divine has your back. So this is a soulmate relationship as well, but there is karma here, and it's not, you got to let go and let God here. Sagittarius, I'm seeing an opportunity for you guys, very supportive energy. So this feels like soulmate energy here, sextile energy. Feels like soulmate, like you guys vibe together, you guys get along. Things are really developing, or will start to develop between you and a Sagittarius. Capricorn, major transformation. This is definitely soulmate energy. This could be a lot more like twin flamey energy, lots of struggles, but very powerful connection that causes a lot of transformation between you and your person. Aquarius, marriage, home, roots. All right. So you guys, soulmate energy here. Feels like you guys feel very comfortable with each other. This could turn into a very strong rooted relationship. Pisces, very karmic, okay? It's unstable, scattered energy, but it's not final. So there's a lesson here, karmic lesson. So nothing is yet set in stone, and it does not mean that it's not possible you guys can't work things out, but it definitely is very unstable right now. That is my Aries. Let's move on to Taurus. Let me know in the comments, and let me know after the live too in the comments if you like this reading. And I'm going to do this, I think, for the individual, so I may dive in a little bit deeper this week, like I said. Taurus. All right, Taurus, we're looking at your next relationship. And how will you know who it is? Tell me the kind of energy. And it could be somebody that you're in a connection with. All right, Taurus. All right. Got your energy already at the bottom of the deck. So good news, good news. We're dealing with a commitment. We're dealing with a potential commitment. We're dealing your energy right here, the Hierophant. All right. This is somebody that's on your frequency. This is somebody, maybe you've learned some lessons with them. So all relationships, I feel like teaching us, heal, help, flourish, grow, And, but it looks like somebody values this connection, values you, and it's equal. Right? We're leveling up. So this could turn into a long-term relationship, a marriage connection. It could be somebody that you were deeply connected to in the past, but there seems to be a very solid promise here. And we have justice underneath that. So we're having Libra, and look at this. We got the Six of Pentacles underneath that. So I could stop here. Looks like a Libra, Taurus. You have Six of Pentacles. It looks like a fine balance is forming between you and another person. Now I like to be very practical. And this means that there's still going to be challenges. There's still going to be questioning each other. There's still going to be, we got to make things right. I'm right, you're right, but it looks like you guys value each other's opinion, or will value each other's opinion. Now, this person, if you don't already have somebody connected, connected with somebody, could be somebody that's a teacher, a guide, somebody who is, a step up or teaching you something new, in a field that you work in, right? But that does give me teacher, kind of religious-y too. They could be very spiritual connection person that's in your life. And I have the Justice. So the Justice can be somebody who's very, socially, a social activist, somebody who's very, very much into, what's right, what's wrong. It could be legal. It could be somebody that has dealt with legal issues in the past. And so now they're trying to make their life right. All right. So this is a person that's all about justice, likes fairness, likes quality. So this can also be a very rigid person too. All right. So I need to throw that out there. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they know who they know who they are. They know who they are. They know what they want. And this is something you like, though, because that is your type of person. That's your type of personality as well. So it does look like you could be meeting your match, and that's going to come with challenges, because of the Justice. We both want fairness, and it looks like the two of you may bump heads at times, but is that okay? Absolutely. So let's see your current energy. I see the Eight of Pentacles. Look at this. All right. So you may already be working on a relationship, connected, or working on yourself. But you're in a good place. You're fine-tuning yourself. You're figuring out who you are. All right. So for those of you that I know are on a very spiritual journey, and you're kind of going through some weird processes, and we have some Uranus going back into Taurus, and you start feeling like you're second guessing yourself, you guys are just fine-tuning. All right. You're just you're allow what's coming up and work through it, right? But you are getting to some sort of completion here. You're getting the Nine of Pentacles and then the Ten of Pentacles, right? You're so far in. You're at the top of your game, right? And it looks like you are attracting in somebody also who feels like home to you, somebody who will get you, even if you guys are not alike. You guys will get each other because you maybe have been through similar things. All right. So what is your challenge? I see the Ace of Pentacles. All right. So maybe it's allowing it in. You're having a hard time trusting. All right. Trusting a new opportunity. This could be for any relationship type. This, the Ace of Pentacles is, I want to trust. I want to walk through this door. I want to give something a go. I want to get something started. But you have a hard time. You're a fixed sign like I am. And there's something about getting things started. There's always a rough start. There's always a hesitation. And then once you get started, though, you don't stop. And that's why you're maybe hyper focused or overthinking, or terrified of starting something, or really committing to somebody and opening up, because once you do, you're in it to win it. So I do feel like there is a slight block here. Now, for some of you, this block could even show up as you're dealing with somebody in your life, or connected to somebody that's a karmic, that that you're well done with it, and you're still trying to walk on from it. And maybe you're not trusting that there's another opportunity coming in for you. And that can be a block for some people. We're so afraid because Taurus, like I said, you have a hard time letting go of a situation because you're so afraid that there's not going to be another opportunity. And this here is showing me that there's a golden ticket coming your way. All right. There's a fresh start coming your way, and allowing yourself. It looks as though the Eight of Pentacles, you're ready for a fresh start. You're ready for a new adventure. Even if it's with somebody you're already with, all right, doesn't matter. So who's coming towards you? Well, you got somebody here. Look at this. I love this, though. The Six of Swords. You got somebody who moves. You got an air energy. You got somebody here that likes to travel, likes to go explore different situations, likes to move. Maybe this is just a quick thinker, a quick mover, somebody that's always on the go. Maybe this is somebody that's at a distance, somebody that lives over water, somebody you've met, or you live near water, or somebody who lives near water like Florida, something like that, California. But I am seeing here, this is somebody here that's pretty easygoing, to be honest with you. It looks like this person has seen enough blaming. They're not, they may have been coming from a situation, or, even if it was with you, we've already been down this avenue before, let's just get past things. You know, so it seems like this is somebody that's willing and wanting to move to a more calmer situation. You know, let's just kind of go with the flow and see where things take us. So I really do like their energy. Now, this could feel sometimes a little uncomfortable maybe for you if they're a little bit, if they move too fast, or they're a little bit, they get past things too quickly, or they are onto something else quicker. You know, they don't hold on to things as much as you do. This could actually cause some friction with you, and you may misread it. You may think somebody's not valuing what you find important. You know what I mean? Because somebody gets over something quickly. All right. So that could be, for some of you, whoever's here, could be what's causing some sort of, you might be thinking that somebody else is as bothered or is thinking about something as much as you are because it's really bothering you. And that doesn't mean it's not important. It just means this person might not understand how important it is to you, because it looks like they just kind of, all right, I thought we dealt with that, let's move on type of energy. So what else can you tell me about it, and when will this start? I see the King of Swords. Oh, you got a King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right. So this is an actual person, and you may meet this person through another person. Some of you, this person could be leaving another person to connect with you, but there's definitely another person involved here. And so I'm feeling like you may meet this person by talking to somebody. This is also somebody that could be a teacher or law. You know, and somebody that maybe is in the Navy, right? Or they have a boat. Like I said, they live on the marina. Who knows, right? But I am seeing here that this is somebody that's very intellectual, and also somebody who can detach, a very detached energy. And I am not picking up on a very toxic, unhealthy, detached energy. Not yet anyways. Hopefully I don't. You know, I don't want to pull a card and the devil comes out. But what I am seeing here is you have somebody here that can definitely shut that shit off. I don't know, shut themselves off, and say, all right, this isn't helping us moving forward. Let's get over something. So just keep that in mind. That's the kind of person I'm picking up on. Now, there can be a stubborn aspect between the two of you. Go back to what I said in the beginning. You know, this is a nice relationship that could turn into a marriage, but you have two very strong personalities. You have my Taurus, right? And then you have your Aquarius, who do not like to be wrong, right? And most of the time, I like to say is they are right, right? They're smart. They're smart like that, but sometimes they're too right for their own good, right? I've heard that too. But so it can cause some sort of power struggle between you and this person sometimes. All right. And maybe you misread them. This could be the Ace of Pentacles. You're having a hard time trusting this person because it seems like they detach quickly. And maybe you need them to be more vulnerable and open up to you so that you can feel more safe. All right. It depends on the male, female, whoever plays the role. You know, it may seem like you're not getting enough. This person is not expressing their emotions enough to you sometimes, and you may misread that. All right. And it may hold you back from thinking that you can trust this. So this is how I feel like you're going to meet. You know, you're traveling, moving outside somewhere by water or through another person. All right. And this is around you now. This isn't distance. It feels, the Six of Swords can be even now, from now to 6 weeks, right? This is a good local energy. All right. So what is the purpose of this relationship? All right. I see the Eight of Wands. All right. Some excitement coming in, some passion coming in, and the possible outcome. I see the Ten of Wands. All right. So there's definitely going to be some challenges with this relationship. There's going to be some fun and excitement. It looks like this person and you test each other. You challenge each other. You also push each other to explore. You push each other to try new things. It's a very exciting energy, very passionate energy. Seems like there can be a lot of stress, a lot of heaviness too, when it comes to, again, trying to adult too much, or who's right, who's wrong. But with the Hierophant, it looks like this could turn into, this is a typical marriage. All right. It looks like, you know, we're going in new directions. We're exploring. We're having fun. It looks like a lot of passion coming your way with this person. And this to me lately has been screaming like holiday connection, holiday travel. And so you may be going to see this person, or you may be connecting with this person through the holidays. So let me see what else Spirit wants you, your love message about opening your heart to this person. Embrace. I love this. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. And the best relationships can sometimes be the most challenging. And this is where I see the 10 of Wands. But the 10 of Wands here is you're taking on the job, you're taking on the work because you want to, and it's tough. But when you get there, you can look back and you know that you did it. You all put the work in and you made it work. And I see justice coming in, and this could be a long-term relationship. All right, so Aquarius, Libra, Gemini showing up, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You're definitely in this reading. Let's see Aries through Pisces now. So we're going to look at each zodiac sign real quick and see, you know, the kind of connection this is. What's going on? Thank you. All right, Aries through Pisces. All right, Aries, a new and exciting opportunity. This seems like a really mature type of relationship. It's transcendent. It could be a new Aries coming into your life, but this is the first steps onto a new path, and it seems like a very beautiful energy between you and an Aries. Taurus, look at this, the new moon. So you're getting this new Ace of Pentacles type of energy. Do you notice that? You're getting this new first phases, looking ahead, moving forward, trusting, and knowing you've put the work in. All right. So it is saying pay attention to new people in your life, an opportunity that the universe is putting a person in your path. All right. So when you're going places, doing things. But this is another Taurus too. So it looks like you could have a new start with a Taurus in your life. Gemini, lots of communication coming in with a Gemini. There could be a short trip. You're getting travel again, news, somebody coming to see you. We're seeing they're thinking about you. And you guys are connecting, getting to know each other. A lot of new energy. Cancer in their feelings, all right? So there is sort of learning each other, trying to figure each other out. You're going through a cycle. This could be a karmic cycle with a Cancer. But, you know, there's a lot of past and there's a lot of potential for the future here with a Cancer. You're just dealing with uncertainty right now. Leo, there's restrictions, obstacles, but it motivates you guys to change. It's a lot of pressure. Leo puts a lot of pressure on you. There's power struggles. All right. So this is that square, right? But this is, again, the same energy I'm picking up. You guys are pushing each other to change, all right, for the better. We have Virgo. Astrological transits favor you at this time. So it looks like a soul connection. It looks like it's definitely destined. All right. Libra, well, it looks like karmic. It's written all over it. It's Black Moon Lilith, all right? So there's a seduction, there's seducing each other, there's an affair, there's another woman, another man, all right? There's a lot of sexuality in here, and there's sort of a darker energy here between you and a Libra. So there could be, you know, facing some sort of truths here, standing in your truth when it comes to a Libra. It's definitely a karmic lesson. Scorpio, challenges, all right, but breaking through old blocks and patterns. So, of course, your Scorpio is your opposite. They're going to challenge you. You're going to challenge them. But I'm seeing pushing through, stopping at nothing, and doing the work, and the momentum is picking up between you and Scorpio. Sagittarius, definitely love at first sight here. You got Venus energy, lots of romance, very attracted to one another. So there's beauty and love here. This, you might be in the early stages, early, you know, phases, who knows, but this definitely could turn into something like marriage. Capricorn, very grounded energy. You and Capricorn, it looks like really good for each other. Solid foundation. You may need patience for each other. You guys are, you know, you're a lot alike in a lot of ways, right? But it seems like you really got it going on, and you guys could really build something strong together. Aquarius, your life story hasn't even yet unfolded, so there could be a new Aquarius coming into your life. This, you might not even have met this. The King of Swords was coming in your reading. They could be coming in. You could be meeting them through somebody else. And if you're just getting started with an Aquarius, or you're on a break, right, this can also tell me that it's karmic. There's another cycle coming around, but you're working through whatever it is that tore you guys up in the first place. Pisces, I see challenges and requires adjustment. So you got another karmic situation, but it feels soulmate too. It's complex, but you learn to compromise with each other, and this could be a life-changing relationship. All right, Gemini. You know, I realized that I have more Gemini. I used to think it was Cancers were the leads on my lives and in my views. I've now realized that Gemini is right there, maybe even more than Cancer. I don't know. It's high. And Scorpio, actually, I've always complained thinking that my Scorpios don't love me. Scorpios are up there too. All right. Gemini, we're looking at your soulmate connection. Who's your next relationship? I'll see what I can tell you. Just know that I will do a more in-depth soulmate reading in your individual this week. Gemini, who is your next relationship? All right, I have the Eight of Cups. All right, so this can tell me two things. You're either moving on from somebody, you're learning that maybe something wasn't fulfilling you, and you're feeling like it's time, you know. And so there's a sense of moving on from something, and there could be somebody that is also moving on from something or someone, and we're venturing off and, you know, looking for new. Right? It can give me that energy, but I don't want to get too far ahead. You know, I see the Two of Wands. So I do see a crossroads here. You obviously have free will, and my readings, of course, it's the same. All right. You have Two of Wands, which is telling me you have options. So your next relationship, Gemini, looks as though it could be somebody that has moved. You guys have taken a break. You guys have moved on from each other. It could be a runner type of energy, somebody that still comes back around, feels like something's incomplete. You know, we just keep going around in circles here, but we feel like there's still something there, and that's possible. Or you could be moving on to somebody completely new in your life. All right. So that is showing up right here, right out the gate for you. So you have options, Gemini, like right out the gate, right away. Aries. It could be an Aries. I just screamed out Aries. I was thinking I was doing Aries through Pisces. Your current energy in life and love in life, right? Look at you, Nine of Wands. I think I resonate too much with the Nine of Wands. I'm like, God, the wounded warrior. And I got to constantly fight for everything. And I'm always ready for a battle. And, you know, but I'm also there by your side. You need some help. Call me up. You know, I'm coming in. You know, I see when somebody needs help. Yeah, you ever see that meme, that reel, when some man like smacks some woman and the boxer walks by and punches him in the face, knocks him out in the middle of the road and nobody does anything? That's me, right? I'll do that for you, Gemini. All right, but that's you. That's you, all right? That's who I'm pulling up too, all right? And I'm seeing here that you're feeling a little bit beat down, though. You know, it's like you always got to be the tough guy. You always got to muscle through. You always got to, you know, deal with setbacks, deal with frustrations, deal with, you know, you're tired. Come on, just can I get a something new, a new T-shirt, not one that says the same old damn thing. I want something brand new. You know, I'm tired of this heaviness, right? But this can give me two things, and only your heart knows. You know, maybe you're not ready to give up on something. Maybe you had the Two of Swords. You know, something's worth fighting for, and you know it, and nobody can tell you not to. But also it can say, Spirit saying, don't give up now, because, you know, right when you think you're about to give up, you know, that's when divine finally speaks. And I know that sucks, but it's like when you finally let go and surrender, that's when, you know, the universe is like, here you go. Yeah, here you go. Here's the winning lottery ticket, right? And but we have a hard time letting go. So let's see what you're letting go of, what your challenge is. I see the Nine of Swords, Gemini, your mind. All right. Your mind's playing tricks on you. Your mind's creeping up at you at the middle of the night. Stop staying up late. I did that last night too. I was like, oh my God. You know, I'm bringing myself into your reading a lot because I do have a lot of Gemini influence, but it's, you know, the Nine of Swords, you see shadows and you make monsters out of them. You think things and you start to wake up in the middle of the night and you start to think about everything you didn't do or everything you can't do or everything you haven't done. And you start to just, then it comes into even thinking stupid things like, did I take the laundry out of the, you know, the dishwasher, I almost said, because you can't even think straight, right? So I'm seeing here that you're really causing a lot of extra stress, and Spirit's wanting you to kind of let go of that here. It's keeping you up, and it's time to let go of something that's been taking up too much space in your head. All right, let go and let God at this point, especially if it's another relationship that's doing this to you. All right. Now, who's coming towards you? Because it looks like Spirit's trying to relieve you of this kind of pain, this kind of anxiety. I have a Knight of Cups coming your way. So you have a very romantic person coming your way, very loving, very romantic, very charming. You know, this is somebody that can sweep you off your feet instantly. And maybe they already have. And maybe that's why I'm picking up this energy. And maybe you're worried about every little thing that could go wrong. And, you know, so it can go either way. But I've got somebody here that is feeling like swept by you. They are very attracted to you. You know, they're feeling you. And it feels like this could turn into something a little bit more stable. Now, this can be, your reading is going to say this to me because you had the Two of Wands at the beginning. It can be a new romance coming your way, but also it could be that person that's causing you stress at night that's coming your way. And but you're worried. And I feel like I'm here to say, if it's the same person coming back around, you're worrying about the same shit that you worried about last time and the same outcome came up. So it's time to not even worry about it anymore, especially if you already know what's gonna happen. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. But this could be new love, new romance. How will you meet this new person if it is a new person? And I'm seeing the Strength card again for you too. So I have Leo energy, and I'm seeing somebody who's very strong. I always see athletic. I always see, you know, in the spotlight. You know, it's Leo energy, big heart, gets a lot of attention, has great hair, probably has great hair because every Leo I know has great hair. You know, performance. They know how to put on a performance when they come in. And they could just be very strong built, very strong character, very, very beautiful. And also a lot of pride and confidence, too. It comes with it as well. They may come on strong, too. So this person here with the Knight of Cups, this person might not be afraid to come on pretty strong, which could also stress you out because you might have been just played by somebody. And now you got somebody coming in all strong, and you might get all nervous and be like, whoa, wait a minute. Is this going to be short-lived? What's going on? But this card here tells me it's being divinely guided. This is the universe, spirit guiding this person onto your path. All right. So I am seeing here a new kind of a beautiful energy coming your way where you're drawn to each other. They may be different from your normal. All right. And this is where they might even be a little bit, like I said, maybe extroverted or a little bit. And I know you know, maybe that doesn't bother you, but there's just something different about this person that you may feel like, you know, all right, am I sure about this person? But at the same time, it looks like there's something about you and this person that just vibes well, and you guys fit perfectly together. So for the person that might be your person that you're still attached to and coming back around, the Aries through Pisces portion will tell me if somebody's karmic and what's going on with it. But I feel more called here to say that this is a newer relationship, a water sign or a Leo that could be coming into your life right now. But you're being asked to let go of somebody who's causing you a lot of grief, worry, and pain. All right. So let's see the connections part. Like, what's this kind of connection? Where's it going? And what's the outcome? I see the Three of Wands and I see the Seven of Pentacles. So you're seeing somebody that might be a traveler, somebody that might live at a distance. Maybe they're moving. You guys There might be even just a short distance, who knows? But the Three of Wands is telling me this relationship's here to help you move forward, grow. This is somebody that wants to expand. This is somebody that wants to see what's out there. You may travel with this person. You may relocate with this person. They may have a job that they're invested in where they have to travel for work. So there's a lot of future planning here. And this is somebody here that looks like right out the gate, you may be talking about plans for the future. So you'll know this person, you'll feel pretty confident with this person, and you'll feel maybe even an initial bond. Like, you know what, this person's talking real. I can trust them. It seems like they are invested. They're talking more about the future than they are about, spending the night. All right. So you're going to feel this from this new energy. That's your new relationship. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know about? And I got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles tells me that this is somebody here that wants to move forward. They're looking at commitment. They're looking at serious energy. They're not trying to just play around and one night stand. So what is Spirit's love message to you? I got the same one I got for Taurus. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So this new relationship coming in for you may be able to help. We do help each other heal and grow. This person may be able to help fill the pieces that maybe you feel like you've lost from the past, or you've gone through so much. And I'm hoping that if this is somebody returning into your life that you want, because it's the same type of energy, that I'm picking up for your sign. I hope that this person is willing to work through it, to put the work in, to fight for this, and to you guys to help each other fix and fill the missing pieces as well. But let's look at Aries through Pisces and see what Spirit has. All right, the moon is showing up for you. All right, Aries. Well, we're seeing healing. We're seeing some truths come into light. This could be a very karmic relationship with an Aries. And, this is telling me that sometimes the 12th house is an ending, finally finding peace with something, seeing the truth and being able to heal. All right. But also it could just be forgiveness. Maybe you're finding forgiveness with an Aries, right? But I can see karma and maybe an ending coming in with you in an Aries. Taurus, destined. All right. It looks like Taurus is put on your path for a reason. All right. You guys, this could be a new Taurus coming into your life, but I am seeing this is a fated moment coming in that brings you and a Taurus together. Gemini, you have the cardinal moon energy, so things moving quickly. Somebody's stepping into your path, right? And this is new energy, taking charge and being bold. So another Gemini could be taking initiative, taking action towards you, and it looks like you're getting ready to move forward and move pretty quickly. Cancer. You and Cancer, pretty superficial type of energy. You get along. It's good. It might be a relationship that maybe you're just getting along to get over somebody else, or you guys are trying to move forward. You're just a relationship in between relationships, or it could be a relationship that's just superficial right now and it may turn into something later. But it feels like you and Cancer really like to talk to each other. You got each other on each other's mind. You look at each other's social media. You're very attracted to each other. But it does seem more superficial. Leo, a blessing coming in with a Leo, but this is saying release what's no longer serving you. So this could go either way. This could be a new Leo coming in, let go of the past, right? Also, it can mean the same thing, though. It can mean if you can let go of the past and you guys are doing the inner work, maybe there's something manifesting between you and the Leo that's on your mind. Virgo, I'm seeing dramatic change. I'm seeing an ending or a beginning. You have a lunar eclipse here, energy, which can be like a tower energy. So very karmic. Libra, same thing, very karmic. Solar eclipse, shocking event. There's a new chapter, leaving what is familiar. So you may be leaving a Libra, reinventing yourself. You might be feeling lost. Remember, you have free will. I'm just showing you the energies with the people that you are connected to. This might be a possibility. Scorpio, I'm seeing very spiritual connection between you and a Scorpio. You guys are learning. There's a new adventure coming in. This may be somebody coming in from a distance, somebody that lives at a distance. But I see very spiritual connection between you and Scorpio. Sagittarius, it seems like a Sag, you are destined, right? Feels like the planets, the transits are really working to bring you guys together. Capricorn, trust your intuition, very watery, very emotional relationship. You guys may have a very psychic connection. Capricorn, well, hidden truths come to the surface, very karmic, unwanted change, necessary void. Outcome remains unclear because there is a lot of hidden truths. There's a lot of karma here. Aquarius, friendship vibe. It looks like you guys really get along. You guys want each other in each other's life. There is potential for a future, but it looks like more friendship vibe right now. And Pisces, very transformative relationship with a Pisces. All right, very intense connection. And it seems like you could be deepening your connection. Very deep soulmate connection here with the Pisces. Hello. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, Miss Abigail. How are you guys liking these readings today? There's just a little bit of a twist on it. I'm just, I hope you guys are liking it. Cancer. Here's my Cancer babies. Where's my Cancers? You are welcome, Dory. Jean. Happy Friday, Tarot with Tea. We got my Cancer babies here. Right. Let's see who's your next relationship. I'll try and be clear like I was with Gemini. If I feel like it's past your options, I'll try and keep it as clear as possible for you. Thank you, Dory. All right. Well, Cancer, you have the Fool card. Breaking away, breaking out, breaking free is the first thing that comes to mind. All right. And Aries energy. But it's ruled by Uranus. So it gives me this, anything, unpredictable energy, right? It's just change. You may all of a sudden 1 minute just be like, I am out. See you later. I'm breaking away from anybody that's been trying to hold me back. This is a brand new beginning coming in. A fresh start too. So even for some of you, it gives you that energy of a fresh start in a relationship. But you don't know what's coming, and you may not be prepared for this. So this could come out of nowhere, somebody may come out of nowhere and you're like, damn, where the hell did you come from? And so let's see what's going on. I got the Star card. So this could be somebody that you've been pondering on, dreaming about, thinking about, fantasizing about. Maybe there's somebody online that you keep checking on. You are so in your head in love here. Maybe you're just hoping that you heal things with somebody. You're hoping that you find your soulmate. The Star card is all of that. It's like you're trying to see the positive within any kind of darkness that you may be going through. If you are, maybe some of you aren't, but usually a tower happens before this and you're like, I didn't see that coming, and now I'm just going to have faith that everything works itself out. You know, if you are broken up with somebody and you are kind of going on this new journey, you know, this is having faith and having hope that the universe has somebody better planned for you. So these cards here are universal, and it's showing me that there is a planned, fated, destined person coming into your life, all right, that you may not have to do anything except keep daydreaming and fantasizing about what it is you want and surrendering with it, because both of this is surrendering and going with wherever the universe is taking you right now. So I have an Aquarius energy, very strong Aquarian energy coming in for you. My thing's about to fall. Hold on a sec. There it is. All right, so your energy, the Devil card, Cancer. All right, so you have a lot of fears coming up. Maybe you're still kind of hoping for this devil in your life, somebody that you have a strong attachment to, somebody that's really got in your head, somebody that's really triggered you in the past, somebody you feel a very strong bond with, but when it gets to this point, it can be somewhat it's just intoxicating, but also toxic. Right. And so I am seeing that, and there is already 3 major arcana. So I'm feeling very karmic relationship here. Divine karmic destiny, it can be, but there's definitely some things coming up for you with this person. So what is Spirit wanting you to let go of? And I see the 4 of Wands. So you have, this to me screams rooted issues that you have from your past, issues that you may tuck, you know. My Cancers, you know, you want to forget that shit. You don't want to deal with that shit. You know, you just kind of tuck it and roll. And, but it may still be coming up for you unconsciously when you're trying to connect with somebody. So you might be giving off a great family, great fun, great, hey, let's get together, let's have a good time vibe. But you have this devil lurking in your energy, which means that you're getting triggered, and there's some unresolved traumatic relationship stories or issues that are surfacing for you that may be creating blocks and restrictions from your commitment coming in. You might be connecting with people that are non-committal, you know, or you're thinking your person's non-committal, but you're so used to dealing with people that are non-committal, so that everything this person says or does, you automatically assume that they're non-committal. So you put that hat on them. They play that part for you. But in your eyes, they're doing it themselves. So you can't really see, you might not see that the devil is playing tricks on you. It's really, you know, you may be creating fears in your mind, and your shadows pushing this person away because you're afraid. Maybe you're afraid of commitment. All right, just something to think about. So let's see this person that's coming towards you. I see the 9 of Cups. All right, I see somebody that ultimately desires you. This is a very beautiful relationship. So when I'm seeing the Star card and I'm seeing the 9 of Cups, this is your wish coming true. So be careful what you wish for, because you got the devil showing up. You may be worrying, you know, over worrying. You know, this can be the obsession. You know, they try to give obsession to Scorpio, and I fight that. I'm Scorpio. I'm like, all right, I can get OCD. I am very OCD, but I think my Cancers are more obsessive than Scorpios. You guys can be very obsessive, but you can hide it better than we can. We got that crazy stare, right? You guys can hide it better and see happy and sing songs and look good, right? But it's weighing on you. It's weighing on you, and that energy that's weighing on you can still come out. You sweat it out your pores, and people around you and the universe is still picking up on that vibe. All right, so I am seeing a person coming towards you here. 9 of Cups, they truly desire you. Truly desire you. All right. So how will you know and how will you meet? Wait, the wrong card. I just feel like this is you running from all these things that are trying to tie you down. All these worries. I feel like you've been worrying about them long enough. If there's anybody that holds on to something long enough, it's Cancer, you know, in Taurus, right? So I feel like it's time for you to let go of any of those chains that are keeping you from thinking that you can't get what you want. All right. Now, Judgment. So there is a moment of judgment coming in, right? So I feel like, where you see judge, you see somebody could be in the law, somebody could be working in that kind of a field too. But I am seeing that this is a fresh start with you and somebody else. This is somebody, a second chance. This is somebody that maybe you're getting a chance to, you may have misjudged the situation. It could be a Scorpio. It could be a fire sign. Judgment is fire. Aries, Leo, Sag. So what this is telling me is that you may be holding on to something that happened in the past. You may have misjudged the situation. You may have maybe showed a side to you that you feel like this person is judging you for, all right? And you may let that weigh on you. And I'm seeing the judgment card. I think you're judging yourself harder than you think this person is judging you, to be honest. So this could be somebody that you met temporarily. Maybe you think you messed up on a date, or maybe you were together in a relationship. Maybe you did do something that you really think this person ought to judge you for, all right? But regardless of what the judgment is, this person here with the 9 of Cups and the Judgment card, this person doesn't judge you as harsh as you think they do. It could be a Capricorn energy. It seems to me this person would start, I feel like my Cancers hold on to their feelings, your water sign, deeper than somebody that you're dealing with. The person you're dealing with might not even be as self-reflective as you are, and sometimes that's a good thing. I love having people around me that don't have to go as deep as I do. It's like, thank you for keeping me above waters. But I think you're misjudging the situation. And I think that you're the one that's afraid of commitment, and maybe even thinking that your person's the non-committal one. But this is that where you look for things that aren't there. And you're judging yourself, and you're thinking they're judging you because you're judging yourself. So that's as far as I'm going to go with that. All right. So how is this connection? What do I want to ask? What is the purpose of this connection? What's the possible outcome? I do see the Judgment card. So it feels like there is a moment of somebody wanting the truth, somebody wanting to talk to you. Maybe you're going to have a call. It does seem like a phone call could come in, something that you've been wanting, something you've been waiting for. The Judgment here, somebody confessing to you or saying something. Maybe you guys have a conversation and you realize that you're trying to have a conversation. Have you ever done that? You're trying to have a deep conversation with somebody. You're preparing yourself for this confession, this conversation, and this person answers the phone call and they're all lighthearted and talking about something else, and you never get anything off your chest because they were never worried about it. It could be something like that that's coming in. You may hear a conversation from somebody too, that somebody's been talking about you or wondering what you're up to, because they're truly interested in you. So I see the Queen of Swords. All right. So the purpose of this connection, I feel like the Queen of Swords, it could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini as well. But this relationship is here to teach you to look at things objectively. Separate emotions from logic. Look at facts, not feelings. Bottom line. Get in your head straight. Get out of your feelings for the moment. We need you in your feelings most of the time, right? You're good. But for this situation, you're being asked to separate emotions from logic and look at the facts. All right. You're dealing with somebody here who isn't as emotional as you are. Doesn't get as emotional as you do. Now, you're wanting somebody to understand you on that deep level, but as a water sign, that's what happens. I mean, you're never going to be able to meet somebody who totally gets you on the levels that you can go to. You're a water sign, right? And the thing is, you're in love with somebody, or you're connecting with somebody who's an air sign. Air is up here. Air don't want to go down there. They might talk about their feelings a little bit, but this is somebody that does not get as emotional as you do, which doesn't mean that they're not in love or they don't have interest in you, but they don't communicate and think about the things that you think about, which is good for you. It feels like a nice balance. You have Libra energy there, but it could be Aquarius or Gemini. So the possible outcome here, I'm seeing the 2 of Wands. You are getting right now anything is possible type of answer here with the 2 of Wands. This is an early stage. It seems like somebody's thinking about you, thinking about communicating with you. So this is something that could happen sooner than later. All right. This could have been somebody that you've already talked to. This could be somebody that you think is judging them after you just talked to them. The Two of Wands shows you guys meeting up somewhere. So actually making plans here. So somebody wanted to make plans. You may talk to somebody. You may hear somebody is talking. You may go somewhere with somebody and run into this person. But I am seeing here the outcome is you guys actually having a conversation and getting together and meeting up somewhere to talk things out. And maybe this is where the judgment comes in and you realize that you've been judging yourself way too harshly. Somebody could have, take it from me. Sometimes I say things online and I'm an influencer up here and I don't realize that how something I say could come across so deep to somebody else. And I don't find out till later that somebody took something a wrong way and I feel really bad. And I just kind of skirted past something and was like, oh, I didn't think anything of that. That's the kind of stuff that could be happening here between you and this person. And it's better to talk about it rather than obsess about it and think that somebody really is harboring some sort of judgment over you. So let's see. We have Capricorn energy there, and I called out the other signs. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about the love messages for this reading. And I mean, what you guys want you to know about opening up your heart. And then I'll go to Aries to Pisces. Your person may get confused too because they don't understand your feelings. And you're somebody that can change your feelings a lot. 1 minute you're cool, next minute you're sad, next minute you're intense, and your person, may get confused by that. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And it feels like it, especially with the Star card, the Devil card, and the Fool card. You have a lot of major arcana there, which is telling me that, this is something that, is making a lot of change in your life or will make a lot of change in your life. All right. And every moment is important. So, and it's not about when you get there, it's about how you get there. All right. So that is also what's coming through. Let's see Aries through Pisces. All right, let's see. Aries, very spiritual connection with you and an Aries. Seems like you guys are learning each other. It's a long road ahead. You got time. It's the journey, like I just said. It's not the destination. But it looks like you guys could end up together. Taurus, very challenging karmic situation, but learning to compromise. So this is sort of karmic destiny. It's not, it doesn't feel like it's a bunch of, we got to learn here, but we definitely got to learn to work together and understand each other. So there is some clash in here. Gemini, you and Gemini working really well, trying energy, no friction, harmony. Seems like there's a Gemini coming into your life that this could actually bring a sense of peace to you, to your world. Cancer, you have Libra energy right here. So Libra is definitely very strong in your reading. All right, and this is also about balance. This is also about the truth and, justice and karma, and it's attraction here. It's true love. All right, so you and another Cancer too really are attracted to each other, and you're attracted to the fact that you both kind of feel the same way. You guys have the same depth, the same knowledge. You guys like the same things. And I am seeing though too, you could be the new person coming into your life, could be somebody who also is very fashionable, very aesthetic, very pretty, or very good looking. But this seems like a match that could turn into marriage with you and another Cancer. Leo, things could work with you and a Leo. You have a lot in common, but it's more like a friendship at first, but a friendship that turns maybe into something more solid in the future. Virgo, you're so close. You and Virgo here, soulmates, all right? Some tweaking needs to be done, but it looks like you guys are so close to finally coming together here. Libra. All right. So there's the ascendant energy, first impression. You've left an impression on a Libra. They're definitely very attracted to you. They see themselves moving forward with you. This to me feels like a new energy, a new Libra. They're going to play an important role in your life. Same with a Scorpio, playing a very important role in your life. This could be true love. It could be a business partner, a marriage partner, a relationship. You could end up being a business partner, a friendship, but we are seeing that is very strong marriage energy, important person in your life. Sagittarius also celebrating. So a Sagittarius coming in. We're seeing a manifestation of seeds planted. So something's been growing, a very nice, beautiful relationship between you and a Sagittarius. So this feels like soulmate energy. Capricorn, same things. You're getting an awesome reading today. 10th house, all right? This is definitely a destined, we are meant for something big. We have public image to uphold here together, all right? That was Capricorn, all right? It feels like marriage. This could be the marriage house too with a Capricorn. Aquarius, very transformative relationship, very intense relationship, very taboo and deep. So there could be a lot of karma going on here with you and an Aquarius, but you guys are definitely changing each other. And Pisces, look at this, Uranus. You guys are definitely also surprising one another, changing one another. It's definitely unique between the two of you. It's not going to be a story like anybody else's, but it's definitely making some change and helping you break out of patterns, or both of you break out of patterns that you may have been stuck in. Woo! All right. Leo. We got my lions. Where are my lions? My little kitty cats. 11111. Wow, I'm keeping it for Leo. 11111. Leo's got a good number. All right, Leo, 11111. So let's see. Let's see your next relationship. Your next relationship. That was a great Cancer reading. I love that. Leo. Show me those paws. All right, the Hanged Man, Leo. What's going on? Where's it going? You got a Pisces energy. Where are things going? They kind of feel, up in the air. You're feeling kind of stuck, stagnant, but you're really not. I mean, you are, but you're not. It depends on what you have to learn. It depends on what's going on. It depends on what you got yourself into. If you're stuck on something that is not going anywhere and you can't seem to let go of it, but you're just stuck on it and it's a habit, it's a bad habit, now that's going to keep you stuck. But this energy also can be very contemplative, like you put yourself there because you're realizing something and you're wanting change in your life. And so you may be going through a period of feeling like things are up in the air, or you're in limbo when it comes to a relationship, and you may have been sitting around for a while. Maybe some of you are like, Frankie, this has been going on for a long time, but the divine is here, though. Divine is at play. And you're not here to be alone, and you're not here to not have what you want either. But you are, it looks as though you keep going down some road and you keep, tripping over the same pothole and ended up in the same position. And so it feels like universe is saying it's time for me to, to make you stop for a second so you can see what you're doing. You keep repeating the same shit. And my Leos are like, you're so ready for something big in your life, but you keep stepping into the same pile of shit. And the universe is like, all right, now I got to help. Now I got to help. Look, 7 of Swords. Denial. dealing with somebody who's lying to you, or lying to yourself about a situation, giving somebody, or you're attracted to people that challenge you because they lie or they're deceptive and you want to figure them out. I don't know. Is there some detective type thing in there that you want to piece the pieces together? You need to prove something, or you want to, or you just don't trust people. So you keep dealing with people that you know you can't trust. I might as well keep my enemies around me. It's easier that way. I know what I'm going to get. It's the truth. Because otherwise you can have the most loving people around you and the most loving relationships around you. But if you are suspicious and don't trust and holding on to something, you know, you're getting the same outcome. You're not giving a person who wants to love you a chance. So I am seeing here that you're being pushed into a kind of a little position here for you to reevaluate, you know, what's going on here. Are you looking at a situation going, why can't I have that? Or why isn't my situation like that? Or why does my person not see me like that? Or what's going on? Why does other people seem like they're happy and I'm not? You know, that kind of shit. Well, that's what universe is trying to fix for you right now, because that's not what's supposed to be happening. You are supposed to be in a loving relationship. Let's see your energy. I see the 6 of Pentacles. See, like it is like you're ready for something real. Who else had this? Was this Aries that had? Aries had this. So my fire signs have been really kind of coming together a lot, very, very much a lot of synchronicities with my fire signs. And I'm seeing here, Leo, that you just know what you give, and you may just do and give and assert yourself and not get back just yet. All right. Or you're not allowing it back in, right? You don't trust it. Maybe you're doing everything yourself. I don't know. I feel like if you go back to Aries reading, I feel like Aries reading is for you as well when it comes to what I said for Aries. But your challenge here, the Hierophant, trust, connecting with people who value you. You're definitely going through some sort of spiritual lesson here, learning to value yourself, learning to ask for what you need, learning to get with what you need and not feel bad for it, making sure that it's equal give and take. And equal give and take can look like 20-80 at times. It can look like 60-40. It can look like 50-50. But it's a balance, and it always balances itself out. And it feels like you're having a hard time here knowing what to ask for or what to give. And maybe you overgive, you overcompensate. And you keep giving your energy and you're going against your own truth. You know, you're not listening to yourself. And you might make excuses like, no, I'm the one that has to do this. I know I have to do it. I'm the one that can fix it. I can, come up with all these excuses. And I feel like Leo's spirit saying enough. That's it. You want true commitment. You want loyalty. You need loyalty. You need to be able to express yourself and feel safe. And Leos are a very loyal sign. If you don't feel like you're valued and you don't get the attention you deserve, if you don't get the attention you deserve, you overgo, you overreact, because your sign needs that admiration. So if you're feeling like you have to try hard, you're not in your Leo element, because Leos don't have to try hard. And it feels like you could be challenged against some of these things. People are naturally drawn to you. You shouldn't have to do more than you need to do to get what you need and get what you want, because you are a natural giver too and provider. And so you're always giving. And giving your heart most importantly, so people need to start giving back to you. Let's see the energy coming towards you. I get so much in. This is a Venus and Scorpio. Come on, guys, give me some grace. All right, so we have a 7 of Pentacles showing up for you. Somebody here is obviously evaluating. Somebody knows that you give a lot. Somebody knows that you give a lot and they take, all right? Now, they might not be bad. Some people just take because we give. So I will say something about that, because I had to learn this. If you keep giving to people, you cannot blame them for taking. People take, and they're going to take if you give. and they don't know that there's a fine print. You owe me, or that means that you have to give me something, or that means, they don't see it that way. People take what you give and they're going to take it and run with it. And, so somebody might not even realize that they're taking you for granted, or they're taking and taking and taking and taking. But that's not true for everybody. So believe me, some people know when they're overtaken, right? They know they got all the, I was Halloween the other week, one of the teenagers, I said, you can take a couple pieces. She goes, can I take a handful? And she grabbed a whole handful. Some people know what they're doing. All right. But you got somebody here reviewing. You got somebody here thinking about where this can go. So I am feeling like I'm picking up on somebody that's already connected in your field, somebody that you want to connect with. It could be a Taurus energy, somebody that could be a friendship of yours too, that you keep trying to give to, and you're hoping that it'll level up into something else. And you're wondering, you wanting this person to give more attention to you. And so we're going to see what's going on here. How will you know with this person? The Tower card. All right. Something's going to give, something's going to happen with this, this relationship. There's either going to be a big dramatic moment coming in, whether that be an argument, whether that be somebody, if you work with somebody, them, changing jobs. There's going to be something that happens dramatically. The universe is coming in to shake a situation up. That is it's going to be unexpected. This is divinely fated, this relationship that's coming towards you. So it feels like there's an awakening happening here, somebody awakening to their truth, and somebody could be leaving another relationship to be with you. All right, so we are seeing this could be why somebody can't give to you. If you're constantly wondering why you want to give to a relationship, somebody could be trying to break out of another relationship. Who knows? You have Aries and you have Scorpio energy here. And so the problem is you could be dealing with somebody that's in a committed relationship. And that is not hard to believe on my channel, right? No judgment, but, we are seeing that. And then I'm also getting, some of you might even be thinking, wait a minute, we're going down the same road. Am I lying to myself? Am I in a relationship that I don't think is going anywhere? And I'm ready to break out. So the person that you might be dealing with right now might not be the one that you really feel like you're meant to be with. I feel very called to say, I feel very spiritual energy here, but I don't feel like you have to do anything except allow universe to do what it's doing, because it's naturally going to happen. The Tower card's going to come in. You can only hide your truth for so long. And if you're lying to yourself in a relationship, that shit's going to come out. It's going to break out. So the purpose of this connection and the outcome right now, Leo, I've got the Four of Swords. I feel like this purpose of this relationship right now is getting you to kind of pull back and meditate and relax and think about what it is that you really are fighting for. So your relationship's a little bit unique. I don't know who this is for, whose energy I'm picking up on. But what I am seeing here is you have a lot of internal struggle around a relationship. The Five of Wands, if you've got to fight so hard for something, or you're under a lot of pressure or tension and you're not able to express yourself the way you want to, all right, there's something happening here that is not in alignment with you. And that is why you're kind of in this limbo position. So your next relationship may or may not be this person that I'm picking up on. You might be going through a no contact for a minute. And this could be, maybe I'm picking up on the person that you are in no contact with. You could be dealing with some challenges with this person right now, and you're meant to take a break, a pause, and so let it happen naturally. If you are in separation with somebody and this reading resonates with you, this is happening so this person can realize what they're not given to this relationship. If you stop the process, you're never going to get fulfilled. You can tell somebody to your blue what you need, but until they learn it themselves and realize it themselves, when you take away what you gave them, then they'll realize what they're missing. And if this is your next relationship, the person that's meant to be in your life, you've got to let them learn their spiritual lesson. You can't protect them and enable them, or get bored because you're by yourself, or get sad, or not want to deal with your own unhappy feelings because somebody else needs to learn a lesson. If you want this person to come back and show up right, you gotta be strong. That strength card. Because this could be your next relationship and I'm trying to fight it. But I am picking up on you're going through a challenge right now with somebody that you're going through, and you have a lot of conflict, and you need some space and you need some time to really meditate on what you need, what you're given. All right. So anything else you can tell me about this? I see the High Priestess. All right. So if some of you, if this isn't your reading, Leo, I'm sorry, it's not your reading today. Check your rising. But whoever needed to hear this, you already know. You're the High Priestess. You already know. And if this is your spiritual awakening, this is your spiritual connection, this is your person that really is shaking you up right now, you know, talk to others here who have been in this similar situation. You've got to let it unfold. You can't control it. And you got to do what needs to be done, and you got to do the work, right? But you already know, and it feels like you're trying to second guess yourself. You have Pisces energy, Cancer energy showing up. Wow, Leo went deep. Holy Leo. Woo. All right, so here's your message from Spirit. So you got very strong healing energy showing up for you. This just flew out. And we're seeing, imagine yourself and your beloved, the person on your mind, surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Because apparently this is a very strong, maybe even a twin flame connection I'm picking up on, you know, very strong karmic. You met for a reason, but these relationships can be very intense, and they're here to teach us our self-worth. And that's what I feel like, Leo, you can't avoid this. You've got to get your needs met, and you have to be valued in a relationship. And that's what I have for you. Oh, and right underneath that, look at that, twin flames. All right, so let's see. Aries through Pisces. So Aries, Leo, your reading started at 1111, and then I just picked up on that twin flame connection. So I don't know who that's for. It might not be for everybody. So your reading, your weekly reading, I'm going to do the same thing, a soulmate reading. So if that one didn't resonate, you'll have another chance this week. All right, let's see Aries through Pisces. Yeah. Challenges, doing the work, pushing through and stopping at nothing, and breaking through old patterns. All right. Aries, you have the Sun card with Aries. Obviously, you have Aries' heart. This is very soul connection, unconditional love forming here. Maybe they're becoming aware of the connection right now. They're starting to see things are growing. All right, the Sun card can always seem like the most beautiful card, like it's happening instantly, but it's definitely about transmuting and growing. All right, so this is a very beautiful relationship between you and Aries. There's potential for new romance with an Aries. Taurus, all right, so you have some emotions, you have some cycles, you have a lot of past that you need to clear up, a lot of habits that keep coming up, a lot of fears that keep coming up. You guys are very comfortable with each other. So this is a very, very spiritual connection as well, but it's got a lot of challenges that come with it. So it's, you know, it's uncertain right now. So things might be taking turns, and it can be a little scary when it comes to your relationship with a Taurus. Gemini, looks like you and Gemini soulmates. You guys, energies attract, potential for growth, all right? Just pay attention to your tempers, all right? You know, Gemini there might get you going, all right? Cancer, shocking. You have Tower energy, awakening. So this could be your twin flame. They could be feeling lost. They could be reinventing themselves, but there is a new chapter eventually coming in with you in a Cancer. Leo, your life story hasn't even unfolded yet, all right? So let it begin. Maybe some of you are about to meet your twin flame or your soulmate. If you're on that path, if you don't want to dance in that storyline, don't be pulled into it. Those of you that have experienced it know what it feels like, and you know it automatically. So I only say it when I really feel it in a reading now. I don't just throw that out there. All right. But this could be a relationship that is for some of you coming towards you. All right. Your life, your relationship, your love is coming in. And it could be another Leo. All All right. And we have Virgo. You're meant to fulfill your divine contract. So very soul connection here, soulmates. Same thing with a Libra. You got marriage coming in with the Libra. You guys have a very strong relationship, but definitely comes with its ups and downs, challenges, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Scorpio, opposition. You guys test each other. You're polar opposite. You guys mirror each other. All right. So you're going to teach each other a lot. Now, oppositions can be some of the strongest relationships if you're willing to meet each other and learn and meet each other halfway. So this can be a balance and act, very karmic energy between you and Scorpio. Sagittarius, your soul has returned to learn many lessons. Very soul connection, very karmic-y with a Sagittarius as well. So if you're in the middle of a story with them, you know, you're going through it. Capricorn, beautiful energy here, feels very lighthearted, very soulmatey, but it also feels very easygoing. You guys like the same things. And I am seeing a new doorway opening up between you and a Capricorn. That was Capricorn. Aquarius, healing energy with you and Aquarius. Deep wounds between you and an Aquarius. All right, so you had a lot going on here. Major growth, major spiritual growth, and maybe even making amends, right? But you guys are growing and going through a lot with an Aquarius. Pisces, we see Virgo energy, all right? So very practical energy here with you and Pisces. It seems like you guys are, you know, soulmates. You guys work well together, very responsible. It looks like you're in it for stability, all right? So if you're looking for long-term stability, and you and Pisces may be the one. All right, Milan, thank you very much for that. I love the swans right there. I love that. I got a picture of swans in my bathroom like that. It's from a Mazzy Star cover. That's what it reminded me of. All right, let's see. We have Virgo. All right. All right, Virgo. Yes, go Virgo. All right, guys. And sure, if you want to help this channel grow, I am growing. Hype, you guys. You know, hype this video. You got the first 7 days to hype. It really helps. My birthday's coming. This is a great birthday gift, and gotta get me that 70K. Hello. My cheeks are hurting from smiling. All right, Virgo. I don't know. That's might be too soon, but hey, I don't know. Just roll with it, hopefully. All right. Virgo showing up in Virgo's reading. Virgo 13232. Virgo, the Hermit card. You got the Hermit card. You got the King of Wands. You could have a fire sign coming into your life. All right. So you might be feeling kind of, you know, Virgo-y, you know, distant, alone maybe at the time. Maybe you need in this space this time. And self-reflection, doing a little soul searching. Your person could be doing a little soul searching. All right, but I clearly see a King of Wands coming your way. So you already have a person in your energy. You have somebody very attracted to you, somebody very confident, very charismatic, and big heart, you know. And, you know, the King of Wands is a very strong personality. Very strong personality. They keep things fun, upbeat. You know, doesn't mean they can't get aggravated and, you know, shit like that. But, you know, pretty much you got a really, really fun, energetic type of energy coming your way. So this quiet time that you're having, take advantage of it. It looks like you are doing, or you're just back in your little bit of a home space again. You know, I'm just trying to reinvent myself. I feel that, It doesn't mean anything's wrong. Doesn't mean you have to go looking for something. You don't want to go looking for trouble when you don't need it right now. This is showing me there could be a little bit of space between you and your person right now, though. So that King of Wands is showing up in your energy. But the Hermit card does tell me that you're starting this new adventure, You're maybe right now you're reflecting on just where you came from. You're looking down, you're looking around, you're going, you're seeing everything. You've learned your lessons, and you're not going to vibe. If you've already outgrown a valley and you've walked away from a situation several times, you've already outgrown it. You've just gotten used to it, and your ego wants to fix it, or it was a part of you, and but we gotta let it go. We're in that season where it's time to let something die off, but you're not vibing with what you used to vibe with. So this temporary kind of isolation type of energy is giving you the time to do a reset and get ready for what's coming in. So Virgo could be a Virgo, could be an Aries, Leo, Sag. But let's see your current energy in love. 8 of Swords, right? So you are feeling here, in this position where you may still be listening to some of your doubts from another person or another situation. You may be still you might be criticizing yourself and sitting there saying a bunch of BS to yourself, overthinking things, trying to analyze everything that just happened. And what just happened was you've outgrown a situation. There's nothing you could have that's wrong there that you could do differently. You just weren't resonating with somebody and you couldn't figure it out. You weren't on the same page. And this could be a group of people. This could be your life in general. You're trying to fit back into something that's not it already has ran its course. And so you carry, though, in this energy, a lot of doubt. So what you're meant to lose before you move forward, you're clearing this for new. You're getting ready for a new person to enter your life. Somebody of value, somebody who you have a fresh, clean slate with. Some of you, I got Aries to Pisces coming up. So if you're not ready for somebody new, their next relationship, it doesn't mean you're not going to connect with the person that's on your mind, but I'm looking today at your next relationship. And if this is picking up on a new person, that would be quality, commitment, trust coming your way. But you may still be stuck on some beliefs that you can make it work with somebody that you've outgrown. You always take the high road. You're always the one that, quiets down or silences yourself, when somebody else does something. I mean, you're past that phase, it feels like, in this reading. So who's coming towards you? I see the Temperance card. And when's it going to happen? It's going to happen. And I know you hate to hear this, divine timing. Spirit's got this. You are doing exactly what you need to do, the road you're on. You're leaving something behind. You're doing a little bit of self-reflection. Spirit might even be saying that if you're not and you're trying to hook up with people that are you're just bored, you're not giving yourself that silent time. The Hermit card is you're taking a new road. You're getting ready for new experiences. And the Temperance card is showing that you're on the right path. It's unfolding for you. As you start letting go of these limiting beliefs and letting go of any fears or doubts that this is not going to happen, right? Or that you want something, as long as you hold on to somebody that you want in your life, that will cause restrictions from somebody new. If somebody sees you dealing with somebody toxic, they're not just going to come in and be your savior. They're going to walk right by you and be like, oh, that person's interested in so-and-so. They're not even showing me any interest. So, you've got to be completely done, in a sense, with some situation that you're immersed in that's tearing you apart. As you're walking forward, this person here, the Temperance card, it looks like divine is guiding you guys together. This is karmic destiny, in a sense. You don't have to worry about making this happen. It's Sagittarius energy. So what that also tells me is that even with karma, if you are destined to be with somebody, you are going to be with somebody regardless. of what you do, what happens. It'll end up that way. But how it gets there, you have more control over than you think. So the universe would give you the least path of resistance and get you there faster if you would trust. But if you don't, and you want to cling on or hold on or control and go down all kinds of other avenues, you may still get to this person, but you may get to them in a far more difficult way. So it's, you choose your journey. You choose it's those storybooks where you could choose which chapter you go to, which ones you skip. All right, so I am seeing the Magician. I'm seeing a Virgo, Gemini energy, Mercury energy. You could be meeting this person during Mercury retrograde right now. This person could be coming around. You could be talking to them. Now, they always say don't get into a relationship during a Mercury retrograde. It's a good time. If you do, take it slow. Just get to know each other. Don't jump right in, because this is a good time to pay attention to everything and make sure it works. But this is somebody that could be in your presence, and they could be a Virgo or a Gemini. I am seeing it's somebody that is very chill, very calm, and I did have that King of Wands. So you may start talking to them. They may show up in your world and pop up out of nowhere. You don't really have to do anything with major arcana. It'll come to you. This person could be trying to communicate with you. You may be attracted to them. They may have shown interest in you or will show interest in you, and that's how you will know. What's the purpose of this relationship? I see the Eight of Pentacles, true commitment, loyalty. Somebody's looking for their partner. Somebody's looking for somebody to grow with, be serious with. All right. And I'm seeing the future. We have Four Cups and we have the Tower card. So right there it tells me this is your potential, Virgo. But if you're staying stuck on somebody else that's not fulfilling you, somebody that's showing you no interest, somebody that's ignoring your calls, you're going to go through an awakening. This is going to be another moment where, it comes crashing down. You're going to see the truth. It'll eventually, divine will speak. So you can keep dancing with somebody that's doing this, and that's fine. But what I'm seeing here is divine's going to intervene, because you're giving yourself to somebody, you're giving all this love, and somebody's not even seeing the gift that you're providing. They're not showing any interest in you, but you're trying. And so something will happen. A tower comes in, right? That's what I'm seeing, the outcome here. And this may have to play out before you have a fire sign coming into your life. Now, I don't know. That's just how I'm reading it today. I just really am picking up on some of you that are trying to connect with somebody who's ghosting you. Somebody who's showing you no interest at all. And it's time to break away from that. You have somebody that wants a commitment that's on the horizon. Let's see. I just got so super serious with Virgo. I'm sorry. All right. I'm like, I get so parent-like, All right, let's see. What Spirit's love messages? What do your guides want you to know about opening up your heart for new love? Because it seems like Spirit wants you to open up to new love. All right. Open up to new love coming in. All right. You have trust. You have and I got thumbs down. Trust, right? Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation you're in, it will automatically transform. Your life will transform. Your life will change. Wow, I've got to read this. I have to read this, Virgo. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. I just got the chills. So apparently these are like almost personal for some of these. Leo and Virgo. Somebody may need to, maybe some of you don't. Only take what resonates. Remember, I will be doing I'll be doing another one this week for Virgo, so I can try again. Aries through Pisces for the person that is on your mind. So this will show me who is karmic, that is changing, helping, learning, and teaching us to grow. Who is new, maybe. All right. Woo! Transits favor you at this time, Virgo. Just flew out. All right, Virgo, Aries through Pisces. We got you're meant to fulfill your divine contract. Let's see what's going on. Aries. All right, so there's a future with Aries, but there's a lot changing here. This could even be a new Aries, and this could be after you reinvent yourself, or they're reinventing themselves. But I do see a future with an Aries, right? It looks divine, right? It looks really good energy. Taurus, soulmate energy with a Taurus. Very stable energy with the Taurus. You guys seem to get along. Things work well. This could be like an Eight of Pentacles type of energy. Very loyal, very committed soulmate type of energy. Gemini. All right, so we're seeing soulmates here, and you guys' energies attract. So Gemini and Virgo, that Magician card, this could be a new Gemini coming into your life. We have potential for growth. Pay attention to your tempers. All right. I know there can be tempers between the two of you. All right. So opportunity with also, it shows a little bit of effort. So it will take some work here. We have Cancer, definitely soulmate energy. It seems like very beautiful energy, growth happening here, bringing a lot into each other's life, a lot of expansion. All right, Leo, on the other hand, we're seeing destruction, tower, awakening, unexpected situations, a lot of emotional baggage here with you and a Leo. Now, Leo just had a pretty intense reading too. This doesn't mean that you cannot grow. This is a very spiritual connection with the Leo, but it's requiring shadow work, emotional cleansing, releasing emotional baggage, and working on each other's selves. Virgo, you have your guides are helping you all as well. You had so much major arcana in your reading today. You're on your path. You're on your path, and it tells me in this reading today that you're right where you're supposed to be. You know, it's just our ego gets in the way and our fears, and we want to fight things, and we don't want to leave what's familiar. All right. But your guides are helping you all as well. And it looks like you and another Virgo could be coming into alignment as well. Libra is like home with you. So it looks like you and Libra could be building a home, very family, very soul root, soul tribe energy. All right, so you guys are building a foundation or could be building a foundation together. Scorpio, you guys are very heart connected. You and Scorpio really feel good together. There's that King of Wands. Scorpio could be coming into your life. You guys meant to be together. It feels like, ultimately, Virgo, it feels like you could be ended up with a fire sign, and that might be really, really good for you, especially a Leo. We have Sagittarius. Very good conversationalist coming in. You and Sagittarius have fun. Seems like this is your style, your type. You guys get along, you connect, you really have a good time. So it feels like it could be a very light, superficial type of relationship, very fun, but this could actually build into something very, very deep over time. But you guys really get along. So I see awesome energy between you and a Sagittarius. Capricorn, karmic. I see you in Capricorn. You know, maybe you guys are wakening each other up. You guys are creating a lot of challenges for one another. There's a lot of changes. Maybe feeling lost. Maybe you guys are breaking up. There could be a tower happening between you and a Capricorn for a reason. And same thing with an Aquarius, paying your dues, all right? So I am seeing it's facing truth, learning, growing up, maturing when it comes to an Aquarius. Very karmic energy here too as well. And same thing with a Pisces, Chiron energy. You're definitely learning a lot, healing a lot, but for some of you, it could be you've already done the work and it's time to move forward and release the pain. All right, let's see. All right, we have Libra. All right, I'm going to take a 2-second break to shake up the energy for Libra as we're moving forward. Go to the restroom, and I will be right back. Hello, can you guys hear me, see me? I am back. I'm going to gonna burn a little incense. I see you learning. I see you, Barb. I see you, Jean. I see you, Y. Hello, I see you. All right, we're clearing the energy. Libra usually brings in a shift. So let's see my Libras. Ha, Angel, thanks for the warning. Hi, Jeff, we love you. Jeff, we love you. I tried to be the justice, between the two. All right, let's see. We have Libra checking in, Maximus. All right. So we're going to do 150, 152, 52. All right. Let's see. Libra. I do, Jeff. I try to do my best. You guys are challenging me. You are challenging me, but that's always a good thing. But always remember there are other Libras here, other people, and I don't want you guys to read into things too much. All right, let's see. Who's your next relationship, Libra? All right, my slippers are coming off. Grounding my energy for my Libras. What kind of energy? Who's your next relationship? Be clear. Libras do. You give people a run for your money. Especially those chasing my Libras. Those wanting my Libras. Right? You guys are hard to catch. All right. You have 2 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. All right. So very good energy here. Feels like a connection. Where's it going? Things have gotten started. Things are getting started. Something's initiated already. So you must know this person, or you will be talking to this person. They're in your energy. All right. The Ace of Wands says the sparks already happened. Something's already initiated. All right, so it's pretty new, a new feeling. There's passion there at least, okay? And so I'm seeing judgment here underneath. So somebody could be making a decision right now about where things are going, and that's fair, right? Let's be fair. Libra, you're all about fairness. Let's talk things out. Somebody here might be trying to figure out where things are going, right? The 2 of Wands to me sometimes screams, slow down. Slow down. The passion's there. We get excited. We are talking to somebody. They just texted us, or, we've been hanging out for quite some time and I haven't heard from them. So where are they at? I got to reach out to them. Why aren't they reaching out to me? It's an anticipation card. So it seems like you and another person are kind of feeling the same way, where things going or what's up. But what I do like about it is this person and you seem somewhat on the same page, right? It seems like we both have some attraction to one another. There's potential here. And if you haven't met anybody yet and you are single, do not fret. This could be coming into your energy right now. You could be talking to somebody. You might have even already sparked up conversation with somebody. You don't realize that they're interested in you. All right, so it could be that as well. So let's see your energy. You got the 6 of Pentacles too. So that came out for Aries and that came out for Leo. Aries and Leo. So you may have strong Aries and Leo placements, or you may be connected to Aries or Leo in your life. Those are signs that you might be drawn to, somebody with those strong placements or those characteristics. And it seems like that could be your next relationship, is somebody with those qualities, very fiery. So you're attracted to passion, or you need passion. You're wanting passion in your life. All right, you're wanting something exciting. You're wanting to be fueled. You wanting some fun. It feels like, you know what I mean. But you're also you may want to listen to Aries and Leo, because there could be something in the first part of that was for you as well. Because it does seem though that you're really needing equality. You're really feeling you want to balance. You may have gotten caught in situations before where you were the overgiver. You're always the one doing. You're always the one giving. You're always the one trying harder. All right. And you're programmed that way. And you may have done a lot of work on yourself and you're like, I don't want that anymore. And so that can also be a block too. You're afraid and don't know where to give or what to take or what to do, because you don't want to get caught up in a situation that you were in before. So this anticipation that I'm picking up in could be where you're second guessing yourself. I don't want to try too hard. I don't want to move too hard. I don't want to make them think this, or you're overthinking, right? And so that could be a challenge for you right now when it comes to relationship. I definitely see though that you are ready for something that is balanced and real. Now your challenge, or what you're meant to let go of, is the 5 of Pentacles. All right. So it does feel as though you've had this happen before. You've struggled in the past with feeling like you were either, taking it for granted, right? You gave so much and then you were rejected. You do so much and then you lose out, right? Or you just feel like things never work out for you. All right. So this is a problem that's coming up in your energy right now that could be blocking you from your next relationship. So that's what this part of the reading is supposed to show you. All right. Now, who's coming towards you is a 3 of Swords. All right. So this could be somebody that you are in separation with, or somebody here that you feel like you've disappointed or they've disappointed you, right? Now, of course, yes, it could be somebody that's going through a separation, but I'm looking at, this person, that's energy that's coming towards you. And it looks like there could be some healing that needs to happen. And we are seeing here, maybe somebody is wondering what's going on, or what they can do to bring balance to this relationship. How can they give to this? How can they make it right? Because it feels like they're not feeling really good in the energy that they're in. They feel a little disappointed, maybe in the situation or themselves, right? Now, they could also be afraid to take that next step too, because they're also afraid to get hurt as well. There is an energy here of feeling like we might get rejected. All right. So let's see how you know it's this person or what's going on, what's coming in next. And I see the moon card. All right. So this is somebody that you think about a lot. This is somebody here that there's feelings involved. We are emotionally connected. You may we just had a full moon in Taurus, so something may have happened around the full moon with this person. Could be a Cancer or Pisces energy, somebody who's very emotional and somebody who emotionally reacts to situation. This could be a person that gets triggered easy. All right. And I'm not seeing runner energy. I don't think this person is a runner, but I do feel like they hold back and hesitate, and they may get triggered real easy or feel like they're just not sure where things are going. Right. There is this energy of what the hell's going on here? I know we feel some spark. I know we feel passion, but I do feel like there's just so much uncertainty and things are always changing. So there is something about your person here that something's changing in their feelings too. Maybe you are separated and you are going through something. It looks like this person is starting to reminisce about what's happened, right? And they're constantly in their feelings right now. So their next actions towards you, I'm seeing, or what they want from this connection, is the 10 of Cups and the purpose of this connection. So it does look like you guys have a soul connection. It looks like there could be a long-term relationship here. But you have the 10 of Cups, and with these energies, it tells me that you're going through some growing pains with this person. And or you may go through some growing pains with this person. All right. Things are not going to be clear right out the gate. That is for sure. There's definitely a lot of triggering, and maybe I feel like for you, if we go back to you, I feel like there could be you're afraid to give yourself to somebody because you're afraid of the 3 of Swords. They're giving you off a vibe that this could maybe possibly end up in heartbreak, or you can't trust this situation, or you might get hurt. But this is going to bring you guys closer. There is something about this connection where you guys feel very comfortable with each other. Now, you may have, of course, you may have been in a relationship with this person before for quite some time. You might be in a relationship with this person. You may have been married to this person in a past life. It could be something like that. But what it is showing me is it's teaching you trust here in this relationship, because this relationship could end up in marriage. It could end up in long term. It feels like you guys have what it takes to make it through, and you guys are battling some deep, you guys are mirroring each other. You guys are triggering each other and reflecting fears upon one another. But this could be your person who ends up being the one that gives to you what you need. All right. You guys may be helping each other grow and heal past wounds. Your person seems to have a lot of them. All right. So it's not going to be, like I said, the 2 of Wands. Your story is just beginning with this person. And the Judgment card is here. So strong fire energy showing through, and Scorpio energy. And the Scorpio energy is also telling me that this is a chance for you guys to really deepen your connection during this next couple weeks. It could be happening for you. Being able to trust again, because it feels like that's the problem here, is being able to trust. A judgment is somebody's afraid to be judged because of their past. Somebody's afraid every time they see or they get triggered, they are triggered by something that's happened in their past, or they're seeing signs of a situation developing and looking like it did when it was in their past, right? So, but we may be judging the situation wrong, and it's too soon to tell, is what I'm getting. All right. Now, this full moon in Taurus may have brought this person into your awareness, or an issue up with you and this person. You may be going through some sort of changes or uncertainty with the person in your life right now. Very emotional energy. You could be going through an argument or separation, right? But we have that new moon Scorpio coming up here next. And it feels like by then you could be connecting with this person and actually figuring out where things are going, because it's a very early stage, very early stages of a relationship here. Anything else Spirit wants you to know about this connection? I got the 7 of Wands. very challenging. There's defensive energy between the two of you. It seems like you guys have your guards up. Very protective. You guys are very wary of one another, maybe. You guys may assume things of one another. So whoever this person is who I'm seeing that's going to be your next relationship. The easiest way to do this is to say, I do see a water sign and a fire sign coming through. All right. A lot of you feel an emotional connection. There's a lot of triggering. There could even be a temporary roadblock where you guys have a slight separation. You guys have gotten into an argument, separated, or you've been in separation. But I am seeing that this is your next relationship. Anything else to clarify this? I have the Knight of Wands. So you're getting a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. There's a lot of chemistry and passion in this relationship. Also, what just came to me is right now, the reason why it's too soon to trust this is because it's based on passion and chemistry. You may not have developed enough stability here yet to really know where things are going. So it's easy to trigger each other. And it's too soon to decide where this relationship is going. There's too many things changing. It's too new. All right. But that gives off that kind of, the Knight of Wands is a very awesome energy. It's very passionate. Most relationships do start off very passionate. But if we're not feeling the room out, or we're not paying attention to people's intentions, that's when it turns into non-committal, and we go down the wrong road and we keep trying to make something work. But this can be a very good way to start a relationship, especially with the Two of Wands. It's saying we can go down, anything is possible in this relationship, but right now it's very passionate. It's developing. So we're letting our worries and our fears of rejection and our triggers and our defense mechanisms getting in the way from something that could grow into something beautiful. Because some of you might already be with this person or talking to this person, and it could be a long-term relationship. So let's look at Aries through Pisces for you and see. Maybe some of you are just, you're connecting with somebody and it's in the early stages. Maybe it's just too soon to realize, but there's potential to become a long-term relationship. Look, I got a new beginning. I'm seeing a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So I'm hearing passion. And I do feel like Libra needs passion. It's like that's what you're looking for. So it's enjoying the journey and having fun and just exploring and seeing where it takes you. And it's saying when it comes to the matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life or love. So this to me is a journey that is just beginning and not blocking or creating any resistance by worrying about the future too soon. All right. Hopefully that resonated. Let's see Aries through Pisces. All right, so I'm going to have to look at each zodiac sign and see what's coming through. What's the potential of each zodiac sign? Now, some of you, this could be a soulmate, could be a karmic, could be a lesson, could be a, come on, you know better. I have a feeling a lot of it's going to be new. A new love coming in. All right. Aries. You haven't even met your Aries yet. Your life story hasn't even unfolded. So I really do feel like Libra, when I said in the beginning, was it Aries and was it Leo? You have a strong fire energy meant to come into your life. All right. And as for an Aries, maybe things are just getting started, or, maybe we got off to a rough start and we separated. Things didn't move. But Maybe there's another come around again. You had the Judgment card. Let's give this another go. You know what I mean? Hasn't even started yet. So you're at the very early stages here. Taurus could end up in a living together, living situation, family, moving in together, very strong roots together, very strong soul connection. Gemini, there's a lot of challenges. You guys push and challenge each other, very karmic situation, but there is a sense of neither of you wanting to give up. So this could actually turn into a long-term relationship. We have Cancer, blessing coming in with a Cancer. It looks like you guys, this could be a new manifestation. It's saying letting go of the past, allowing a Cancer into your life. Leo, you got the Aries energy. So strong Leo energy for my Libras. Your next relationship could be a Leo. Or I'm seeing Leo with Aries placements. Maybe Leo, Aries moon, Aries rising, or vice versa. But you are seeing a Leo stepping up, very passionate relationship coming your way. Virgo, also very grounded, very unconditional love, a lot of growth and divine connection coming in with a Virgo. We have Libra. You have very fixed energy with a Libra. All right, patience is needed. Right, very karmic energy between you and another Libra. Maybe even you and another person. I don't know. All right, but there is staying power energy, but there's stubbornness and patience needed. All right, neither of you want to back down. You're both very strong-willed, but there is a fixed energy here, so you have the ability to make this work, but it definitely is very challenging. Scorpio, you and Scorpio can make it work, all right? Building something very valuable together, but it could be very superficial. It's more about material things. Sagittarius, nothing is set in stone. It seems like very, very unstable, scattered energy with a Sagittarius. You know, it's just karmic. It might not. Something is definitely changing. Capricorn, your guides are helping you. All is well. It seems like this could be a very soul connection. Aquarius, also a lot of restrictions, a power struggle with an Aquarius, but it feels like this is the type of relationship that will help you grow. And Pisces, lots of communication coming in. This could be a new Pisces coming your way. All right, I see communication. You guys get along. You talk well. You guys are on the same vibe. All right. Scorpio energy. Let's see, 2-12-12 for Scorpio. You're welcome. Hopefully that resonated and helped in some way. Awesome. I love Jasleen. Thank you. All right. Scorpio. Happy birthday to my Scorpios. And those of you with Scorpio Venus, you are having your Venus return. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, obviously. And happy birthday to all my bros and sisters out there. Mine's next week. We're looking at your next relationship. All right. I'm doing my best. If it's, sometimes it'll tell me right away if it's somebody you're already dealing with, somebody that's coming back around, or somebody that's brand new. I'll pull out the strongest energy, all right? But I will do Aries to Pisces, so if you do have a specific person on your mind, I'll help navigate where that's going. All right. My rising babies. All right. Let's see. What's the bottom energy here? The Star card. Oh, it's your birthday. Blow out the candles. Of course, I'm going to give you this like real fluffy birthday one. And I have the Justice card. So justice is coming your way. Karma. We love it. We love it. I love hearing that. You know, this tells me here that you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, you've healed a lot. All right. Maybe you've gone through some darkness. This is always like you're trying not to lose faith. Been there, done it. You know, you're ready to do it again. You're ready for something big to come into your life. You could be wishing for somebody. This could be somebody that you're manifesting in already that you know of. This is also a good sign for my single Scorpios that spirit hears you. You know what you want, you're calling it in, and this is a reminder that what you desire desires you, who you desire desires you. So it might not be the person you think sometimes, because your higher self's getting in your way. If you have an ultimate desire, your higher self is trying to get you there and push out the bullshit. So if you're trying to hold on to a karmic or something that is really not right for you, you're gonna keep hitting that wall and fighting it and convincing yourself that it's the one, when you're actually probably holding yourself back from the very moment that somebody's coming in for you. And I'm seeing justice though, so you are getting some sort of sense of peace, closure, or truth coming in. All right, a commitment coming in. God knows what you want. So karma is coming in. And if you've been surrendering, trusting, and going with the flow, this could be your moment. Aquarius or Libra energy. Let's see you and your challenge, or what you're being asked to let go of. 3 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. A lot of, pain here in the past, disappointment, but it looks as though you're ready to give again. You're trying to give again, and you always, the 6 of Cups, right? You want somebody to meet you at the same place, right? You may be pondering on a past person. This can always be that. Maybe you've been separated, you're waiting for a past person. For some of you, we do have Mercury retrograde coming in. It's in Sag. It's going to go into Scorpio. So this could really be, Scorpio, somebody from your past is coming back to haunt you. And it could be a memory that's holding you back. It doesn't have to be that this person is your next relationship. This is just your energy right now that I'm picking up on. I can see that you are carrying a lot of heartbreak from the past, a past person that let you down, right? A relationship. But this is where the Star card is telling me, though, that even through the darkness, you have hope and you're wanting to rekindle love. So this could be new love. This could be calling in a new soulmate. Right? But it also, you get what you wish for. And if you're calling in your past person, you may also be calling them in during your retrograde season too. So it's going to be one of these. You have options. And I think, who else had this? Somebody else had the option. I think it was Gemini. All right. So you could be calling in a Gemini. You have options. You may be calling in somebody from your past. At the same time, you may be connecting with somebody new in your life. But let's see who's coming towards you. So Spirit, please be clear to help my Scorpios here. Who's coming towards my Scorpios? Oh, yeah, the 5 of Swords. So it's definitely some conflict, or somebody that has created some sort of conflict with you. There's a conflict, challenge. Tell me more. I see the Judgment. Ooh. Somebody may be coming back to apologize for hurting you. I am getting karma coming back around. Somebody may be facing their karma. Now, I don't, on this channel, you'll never hear me say, I hope that person gets their karma. That person deserves their karma, because there's just something about that vibe, because karma is karma and you'll get karma. And I'm afraid of karma. I don't want any karma, so keep my karma clean. I wish the best for everybody so that the best comes back to me. Right? But there is a sense here of somebody realizing that they weren't honest. They may have misjudged the situation. There may have been some deceit, some betrayal. Somebody could have really hurt you, and it feels like there's forgiveness coming your way. Your next relationship could be a soulmate that really you feel like you've been waiting for this moment, waiting to exhale. All right. Anything else about the connection's purpose? I see the 7 of Wands, and I see the Ace of Cups. All right, are you willing to let love in again? The 7 of Wands, it looks like there's been boundaries. There's been a block or some challenges here with you and this person. Now, this here, it seems to me, are you willing to fight for this? Is this person willing to fight for you? I feel like this person needs to fight for you, Scorpio, with the way the cards are showing up. It looks like this person needs to fight for you. All right. The karma is coming towards you. The karma is coming in. Peace is coming in for you. And so the Ace of Cups, somebody loves you. Somebody has love for you. And somebody wants to reconcile with you in this relationship. All right. Now, I wouldn't say it was a past person, but the Five of Swords and the Judgment card feels like there's been some blame. There's been some deceiving. There's been some pointing fingers, disappointment that's happened here with this person. And your person may be realizing that they judged you or the situation wrong. So I am seeing that this is a do-over. Somebody's feeling their higher truth. They're feeling the calling. This isn't going to be some bullshit. This is going to be a serious situation where you are reconciling with somebody and there is turning over a new leaf and there is room for forgiveness here and being able to move forward. All right. For signs, I get fire sign with the Judgment card, Aries, Leo, Sag. All right. And Aquarius and a Libra. All right. So somebody in the Strength card, right? You have a Leo energy. So it feels like divine is really at play here for you. If some of you have really been, you know, not losing faith in a situation. Now, this is a deep one because we've gone through a tower. And I really have faith that we're going to be able to pull it together again. We're going to be able to come together. I feel a deep soul connection here. And this is what's happening. You guys are coming together. And this will strengthen this relationship, strengthen this bond. Right? This is not a superficial relationship that I'm picking up on with these cards that are coming through. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups can be love, this relationship being formed, built off of love, making a chance, you know, having a chance for a do-over, giving each other a chance to start fresh. All right. And I'm seeing the King of Cups. So it could be another water sign, but it's somebody who's definitely feeling you. Somebody sees you and somebody's very deeply connected to you. Now, Scorpio and Venus is going to take these relationships that you feel very connected to, and they're going to help you deepen them. So you may be, you know, diving even extra deep into a relationship over the next few weeks with somebody. And they have strong water placements. Maybe you don't realize they have strong water placements. They could have a Scorpio moon. They could have Scorpio rising as well. But they definitely have that Scorpio vibe, and they're feeling it right now more intense than ever. That is why this energy is coming through today, because it won't be this intense if they're not actually feeling this intensity. It's not going to be a superficial relationship. But I see you coming into alignment with that person that you ultimately do not want to lose faith in. So let's see what Spirit has for you. Spirit's love message. What does Spirit want you to know about this person, or opening up your heart to this person? All right. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. All right. So that is screaming freedom and forgiveness to me. If you are willing, or you have been wanting to forgive somebody, the door is open. This is coming in for you. If you are not ready to forgive somebody, you do not have to forgive anybody. Forgiveness is for you to move forward so that you can allow love in. This reading can also say that. The cards can be interpreted that way too. In order for you to let your soulmate in, you've got to let go of the person that hurt you. All right, so that is what I'm seeing. I don't want anybody walking away from here thinking, I can't forgive somebody. All right, if you can't forgive them. I'm seeing when you pass from this world, you can't take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. So this is a very deep bond that I'm picking up on, and forgiveness coming in. So let's look at Aries through Pisces and see what those cards have to say for each zodiac sign. All right, Scorpio. Of course, Scorpios had to go. Right? And it's very soul connection. You had so much major arcana in that reading. So that's not a playful that's not a, you know, drive-by relationship there that I just picked up on. All right. Let's see Aries through Pisces. All right, let's see. Aries. So you and Aries are kind of going through a low period right now, right? But you will be making plans for the future. There's a lot of soul searching going on. And so I would look at Aries' reading. There's a lot of cleansing, a renewal. They may have been pulling their energy back a little bit because they're going through some sort of renewal period. So like I said, hermit energy is what I'm picking up with. But this is a soul connection with you and Aries. And it seems like it's been a long road. The light is starting to shine. The light's coming on. Somebody's home. Taurus, your soul has returned to learn many lessons with a Taurus, so enjoy the ride. You guys are opposite signs. You test each other, and if you guys can make it work, it'll be a beautiful balance, all right? But you are very different, and you are going to learn many lessons together. All right, Gemini, challenging, requires adjustments, very karmic situation. You got to learn to compromise. All right, but there's a soul connection here as well, and it looks like these challenges are going to help you guys grow. Cancer, there may be an illusion there. So some of you get caught up in a twin flame type of relationship with a Cancer. All right. For some of you, it can be. It very well can be. I cannot tell you what your journey is or what kind of connection you had with this person. But with Neptune showing up and Saturn and Neptune in Pisces right now, this is going to be a moment of truth when it comes to your Cancer. Is this an illusion or is this the truth? Are we facing some sort of illusion? So it definitely is a very spiritual connection, but one where we're going to have to learn whether or not it can be grounded in, if it's true or it's an illusion. Leo, Jupiter energy, very beautiful energy between you and a Leo. You guys are here to help each other grow and expand. A lot of happiness and movement coming in with you and a Leo. They could be your teacher, you theirs. Virgo, Scorpio energy, transformation, very deep connection with you and a Virgo, deep transformation coming in. You guys are very in tune with each other. Libra, your guides are helping you, all as well. So it does look like forgiveness or coming together with a Libra, right? Healing energy. Guides are working on it, so you don't have to do anything. Scorpio, you have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity coming in. This is what you're reading. Hasn't it sound like a fairy tale? But it does happen, and we have to believe in these moments. And if you're in alignment with it, this is it. It's saying once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to heal a situation. The impossible is possible. Something so rare about to happen with you and another person. Another Scorpio too. Sagittarius, we're seeing feelings. They're feeling you. Things are changing. Very emotional roller coaster with you and a Sagittarius. So it could be a karmic situation, but one meant to see where it takes you. You're going to learn a lot. Capricorn, also very karmic. Both of you are very stubborn. All right. And patience is needed. You could make this work long term, but there is a very fixed, very stubborn energy. Aquarius, same thing, Saturn energy. You're learning a lot of lessons with an Aquarius. You guys test each other, but definitely slow and steady could win the race. And Pisces, you need effort with a Pisces, but you can make it work. Potential for growth coming in with a Pisces. All right. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Don't forget to say happy birthday to yourself on this reading. You could win a personal reading. Sagittarius. 2:28. I might have to change the time to the other one. I've had to do this before. I thought I would get done quicker today, but I had a feeling these would go a little bit longer. I never can keep them short. All right, Sagittarius. Good vibes. Hello, Sag. Bringing good vibes. right, Sag. My fire signs. Let's see. Sag is Mercury retrogrades in yours. So, you know, are you looking? Are you, stepping back into the past? What are you doing? What's going on? Are you trying to bring back the past? Or if you don't, maybe, you might be surprised, though. You could be the one that some of your past trying to come back and knock at your door. All right, we have a Queen of Wands. You are here, but you also could be attracting in a fire sign. So you're definitely in your element. You're looking good. Your feelings are being spoken. This is one of these times where you've got to be being heard. All right. You're in the spotlight right now, with some of the energies that are going on right now. And so you're speaking your truth, and you're wanting somebody to be raw and authentic with you too, especially with that Scorpio energy right now. All right, so don't play any games with me. Be real, keep it real. And your next relationship definitely, it could be a very bold person, very much like you, very active, very energetic, somebody who meets you at your level. You are looking really good, so you're attracting in an awesome vibe. All right. You might be hiding it pretty well, though. 9 of Swords. You could be fretting something, stressing, letting your mind get to you, but you're hiding it pretty well. All right. You're hiding that noise, Sag, like everything's fine with me, until somebody pisses you off and then you lose your shit. Where'd that come from? All right. Because you're not going to be able to hold your shit back right now. And I'm sure a lot of you have been dealing with that with Mars and Mercury in your sign. All right. And then with retrograde coming in, I'm sure somebody could be coming back to piss you off. Be careful. All right. I'm always trying to give warnings for you guys. Like, you're going to say your truth. And you have the 3 of Swords. You're going to say your truth. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing that you're trying to say your truth. But if you're trying to keep something alive, you just want to maybe make sure you're ready for it. Because it's going to come out one way or the other. And I said this in your reading this past week. It's going to come out one way or the other. So I do see the 3 of Swords. Somebody may have hurt you, and you may have been acting like you don't, I'm good. But I can see somebody really maybe has hurt you, has got you, has disappointed you right now. All right. So what's Spirit trying to get you to focus on? Clear. Ace of Pentacles. Let's see the person coming towards you. I see the 9 of Pentacles. So I'm getting a very earthy energy. I'm getting somebody who's very independent, somebody who likes their time, space. They work a lot. They do their thing. They give off a vibe that they're good to go by themselves as well. And you're wanting commitment from this person, and they may be, seems like you maybe are having to step up and speak up a little bit more to get what you want here. All right, I have a very independent somebody here. Looks like they're available, looks like they're ready to go, but this person, to me, sometimes, if the challenge for you is the Ace of Pentacles, getting a commitment, somebody is set in their ways. Somebody's set in their ways, right? So this person doesn't jump quickly. This person doesn't commit super quickly. They know they're good to go on their own, and they'll, it's like one of those, you either vibe with me or you don't. We're either good, I need my freedom, and you're kind of the same way too, or, so you've got an independent energy. And if you're wanting commitment right away, this could be what your challenge is and why you're feeling stressed out about it. All right. And honestly, I'm getting, Sag, maybe this is the time you really do. When you do lose your shit, sometimes when you lose your shit, that's what makes things change. I just heard somebody say this, and Aries just said this. She was like, sometimes when I let my emotions roll, it actually gets the ball friggin' rolling. And, I'm a Scorpio. I'm always trying to say, hey, hold back, keep things. Don't let your emotions get to you, because it always blows up my world when I do. But sometimes that needs to happen. So you may be losing your shit on somebody, or maybe you have lost your shit on somebody. But this could be the person that you're in the relationship with next. But... all right. But use discernment here. That doesn't mean I'm giving you the go to lose your shit, because this might not be for everybody. But you may have just got the ball rolling if you finally spoke your piece to somebody. And I'm manifesting that's true. So How will you know it's them? Because 7 of Wands, you got somebody coming back in pretty defensive. Your person's going to come back in hollering at you. Whoa, feeling attacked. So your person's going to feel your heat. Let them feel your heat, especially if you're feeling very disappointed and hurt. Just, don't tell them don't cut them up like a Scorpio and sting them and leave them with a bunch of holes and, everything else. But, you want to make sure it's salvageable. I'm just trying to be a friend here. But I am seeing here that you have somebody, this person is going to come back and defend themselves. It looks like there's going to be some moment of confrontation with this person. And I feel like you're making, I don't know, this is one of these times where, you got them on guard. You got somebody on guard, but you got somebody, what is it, in the military front, when they say at ease, right? This person's not at ease. You're going to have to tell this person, it's okay. It's okay. You can be at ease. But it looks like they're defending themselves. They're coming in, and it looks like they're going to fight for this. So this does feel a little challenging, but it looks like you've been heard, is what I'm hearing. You've been heard. All right. You're worth it to this person. You're worth it. Queen of Wands. They see you. It's unfortunate that they have to see that side of you. All right. So what's the purpose of this connection? I see justice. All right. The purpose of this connection is for you to finally be with somebody that you can speak your truth and you can be totally blunt and you can be authentic. And this person's going to embrace it. They're going to love it. They're not going to want it every time. So it's going to bring peace, and it's going to bring some sort of balance into this relationship. And this could actually definitely bring some sort of commitment, bring some sort of level to this relationship where you guys feel like, all right, we're on the same page. All right. Now we can sit down and talk. Let's have a glass of wine, glass of tea, glass of kombucha. Let's sit down. We can talk. We can talk things out. But it looks like you guys are bringing some sort of truth and bringing realness to a relationship and a commitment. So this could actually end up in a long-term relationship where you are feeling heard finally, and you're finally able to get what you deserve or what you want in a relationship, and somebody is stepping up to the plate. Could be a Libra energy. All right. This is powerful, passionate. All right. I always talk about myself, pisses you guys off, right? So let's see. 8 of Swords. I do have the 8 of Swords here, and you have the 9 of Swords. So I do see that you have something to get off your mind. Don't be afraid to get something off your mind. Just, filter. And let's take a look at Aries through Pisces. I got the Lovers card. You really trigger this person. You may trigger this person into letting love in. Okay. Sometimes, we meet somebody who's all good by themselves, the 9 of Pentacles. I resonate with that. I'm good. Sometimes I need somebody to come in and shake my shit up so I can be like, oh, wait a minute, this person, I got to take this person serious. All right. Well, it looks like that could be what's happening. And it's the Lovers card. And sometimes you got to follow your heart. You got to do what you got to do. All right. You got to do what you have to do sometimes and trust. Gemini and Virgo energy coming through for you. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know, the Oracle, and then we'll go through Aries through Pisces. When you can meet that person that can let that, speaking for myself, when I meet that person that lets me get mad because I've had to repress it so much, and they hear me, that's a love story. And as long as we can get better and it never has to go to that octave again, and it goes down and it gets better every time, that's how you're with somebody that you can start to unravel and you can be yourself, right? Because a lot of people have been through some fire and don't trust, and so they don't want to play any games, right? And that's what I feel like the purpose of your reading is today. And a lot of people with Sag placements might resonate with that. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know about opening your heart to this relationship. Soulmate. We are talking about a soulmate. You're wanting a soulmate in your life. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. But also, if this is your soulmate, believe that if this reading is for you, this person is going to hear you. Look at me. I'm all serious. All right. Let's go. Aries through Pisces. I'm so dramatic. Hey, it's the crown time. I'm dramatic. All right. Aries through Pisces. All right, Aries, once in a lifetime opportunity. It looks like you and an Aries are soulmates. All right, you guys will figure it out. This is rare. The impossible is possible. You know what I mean? We have Taurus challenges you. All right, we see square, but squares are good. Squares help each other change and evolve. So there's a lot of power struggles and confrontation between you and Taurus. This might be a good time for that. All right. I see Gemini. I see fast changes, shock and event. We have a tower moment. So you may be moving on from a Gemini. If, you guys have a tower moment and it doesn't play out like the reading did, you'll know your truth with that tower card. That's the moment of truth. So it doesn't mean you can't rebuild with a Gemini, but you will get that moment of truth. Cancer's serious about you. It looks like having patience with them. The turtle wins the race, right? You got this, building for long term here with a Cancer. We have Leo, unexpected surprise with a Leo, all right? So this could really shake up your world, you and a Leo. We have Virgo, you and Virgo building something stable and solid. It looks like you guys, this is very practical. It could turn into something that you guys really grow from, and even materialize wealth together. Libra, very passionate with you and Libra. So we see a lot of fire happening here. Right, instant attraction, and there could be some dramatic changes happening and clearing. That's that, fire element that you might have to speak your truth. Scorpio, looks like you and Scorpio, unconditional love. You could be building a long-term future. This could even be a new Scorpio coming into your life. Sagittarius, taking charge, bold, being bold. All right, this is you being bold. This is you taking action. This is you taking leadership and stepping into your power right now when it comes to relationships. And you and another Sagittarius, it could be the start of something new. Capricorn is true love. It looks like you guys are falling in love. Beautiful energy. This could go anywhere right now. It might be just very romantic. It could turn into marriage. Aquarius, listen to the guidance of your soul when it comes to an Aquarius. You already know the truth. Pisces, a beautiful blessing coming in, but it's saying let go of the past. So this could be a new Pisces coming in. And it also could just say letting go of the past and allowing things to grow. Capricorn. All right. I am going to have to do something real quick. Change the time on my next live because I always do this. I need more time. Don't forget I am going live. It's going to be 4:30 now. Because it's going to take, I don't want to rush these readings. I thought they were going to go quicker today, but they did not. So I don't want to rush. And if you have a question you want answered, I am going live at 4:30. So let's see. Capricorn. All right. Hello, Jamie. I'll never forget you because of that. I just can't. I'll never forget you anyways. But you're a Capricorn, you call me sweet cheeks, and there was a Capricorn in my life who used to say the same thing. And I used to be like, what? I was like, this is so corny, right? But now you've made it different. All right, 243, 43 for Capricorn. I got love for you. All right. It was an ex. It was an ex that used to do that. I used to be like, cut it out. Could be corny. And then she comes into my life saying the same thing. All right. Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, rising. Awesome. Who's your next relationship, Capricorn? I'm going to do my best to see if it's a newer person, what's going on, what's the vibe in this relationship. Could be somebody you're already connected to. Either way, Capricorn, I will look at Aries through Pisces so that I can fine-tune if it is somebody that you are connected to, what the purpose of this relationship is, and if you will be in a relationship with them long-term. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. It's such like an old school, you know. All right. Let's see. Capricorn. The Hermit. You got Virgo energy. Somebody being silent with you. The Moon card, leaving you guessing. All right. You know, so there could be somebody, you know, that you don't even see. Somebody could be a distant for a while. This could be a new person that you just haven't met yet. A new road coming in. You know, maybe it's a road that you haven't traveled yet. Maybe you're leaving a situation. You're on your own. Some of you single, kind of getting out there. You're not sure what's next. And obviously we see you're going a different path. I have Virgo and I have Cancer energy. So there is something changing around you. And there is, you know, there is sort of uncertainty right now where this could be going just yet, or when it's going to happen, because that Hermit card can tell me, you know, there's some distance here between you and this person. So let's see your energy. 2 of Cups. All right. You may be talking to this person already. All right. You're feeling this person. All right. You are feeling the love. You're wondering maybe if it's mutual attraction. They must have make you feel good. They must, you know, maybe you've already talked to them. You connect to them already. Maybe it is a long distance relationship right now, or this relationship could start off long distance. You know, and this person may be a little bit distant from you. They may come across very silent, very quiet. Maybe you talk to them a little bit and then they go a little bit distant and you just don't know. And you are dealing with somebody who's kind of introverted. Your next relationship is somebody that is used to being alone, used to being quiet, used to being going on their own path, doing things their own way, you know, not usually asking for help much, you know. So, but there is something about you and this person that draws you together, all right? But that is a fairly new energy, soulmate type of energy here too. It's like you feel it, you feel a vibe. But what's your challenge here? You know, 6 of Wands, right? Maybe you're struggling with getting this person's attention, or, you know, get into that next level, that next step. What's going on? You know, where are we going? You know, maybe you're struggling with confidence with this situation. Maybe this person's not making you feel confident enough. They're not giving you enough attention. Maybe you're dealing with somebody too who gets a lot of attention. Social attention, social media. There could be a challenge like that. And, you know, you're feeling distant. You're feeling like there's a lot of space between you and this person and you want to bring it closer. You want more attention. I hear you, Capricorn. You want more attention from your person. All right, your person, 3 of Pentacles. I like this, all right? So you're building something. There's definitely something forming here. You've got somebody here that supports this connection, feels connected to you, has a lot in common with you. Maybe you guys work in the same I don't know, district. I don't know. Maybe you guys work in the same kind of field. Maybe you guys work well together. You seem to make plans. You connect well. You might have the same social groups. You might have went to school together. You might work together. This could be somebody too that is a professional person, works in professional services, provides some sort of skill to others. So you'll know what this person, maybe you go to this person and they, they're your shoemaker. No, I'm kidding. Right. But I am seeing though, you are dealing with somebody that's very practical, very grounded, very earthy. You have a Virgo energy. And this seems to be somebody that is a slow and steady type of energy. So you may not get that, you may not feel that passion all the time. Maybe it's not moving as fast as you want it to. Maybe you're feeling like you're struggling through something. You can't seem to make it click. You can't seem to get to that next step. But it's happening. It's happening. It's not, you don't even have to. It's like you're being supported with the energies around you and the situation you're in, that it's coming together the way it's supposed to, organically. So let's see what else you can tell me about this person, how you meet them, when it starts. I see 8 of Wands. There's travel. I am seeing, it could be spontaneous travel. It could be holiday travel. You could be meeting this person through the holidays. You might be talking to them online already, or connecting through something that's happening while you're traveling for work. This person may travel for work. So I am seeing, though, that this is going to pick up speed. This is actually going to accelerate. Things are going to get a little bit more exciting with this person. They may be in communications. Some creative skill too, creative work. But you're maybe feeling like you're struggling with what's next. When are we going to step up? When are we going to step out there? When is this person going to return? When are we going to go to the next step? And it seems like it's going to happen maybe more around the holidays. Here's what I'm getting. When things start really getting exciting, start picking up, you guys really start, there's a collaboration coming in. Something brings you guys together. Maybe somebody you're friends with, somebody you work with, brings you guys together. What is the point of this connection? And I see the Knight of Wands and 5 of Pentacles, and learning, getting past struggles with each other, learning to connect with each other and working with one another. This is a very passionate connection here. You may be doubting, and this person's definitely in your life right now, very passionate connection. So I'm not getting, this could be your next relationship, Capricorn, but it could be more passionate than anything right now. It's still kind of to be determined whether or not this turns into long-term longevity. And now it's making sense to me, this Hermit and this Moon card. Where this is going in the future, it's who knows just yet. You're kind of in this beginning phase. With the 3 of Pentacles, there's too many pieces. There may be travel or distance or work or other pieces that need to come together. But right now it seems like you're being taught patience with this person. And it also could be a relationship that's getting you to the next level. Maybe you're meeting this person. Maybe it's a temporary relationship, and then you meet somebody else through them. All right. So don't be discouraged with this reading. I am getting it's a very passionate connection, but it can be one that works. It just might be one that you're challenged with not getting all the attention. This person's attention might be getting taken away from them because of work. They may be in the public eye. They may work in a government or anything like that where they have to always be traveling. So that's why it's a slow process. So Virgo energy, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, and let's see what Spirit has for you about a message for this connection. And then Aries to Pisces. I just saw romance. A very romantic connection. All right. A very romantic connection. And right now that might be just what and I'm getting giving each other space at the moment. So trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So the Three of Pentacles tells me that as well too. I feel a very romantic connection. This is your relationship that you're with. It's just a complicated one. It may take time to work itself out. We are seeing that you guys have space between the two of you. The Hermit card can be, space, the distance. But this is where you guys are teaching each other how to, get through these difficult times, how to have faith in this connection, and how something may turn out to be more valuable in the future, right? It may only be able to be passionate right now, but it could be a lot more stable in the future. All right, so we'll look at Aries to Pisces and see if I can get more of a, is this, what's going on with this? The future energy outcome of Aries to Pisces. Aries to Pisces. Aries, a lot of passion between you and an Aries. So it can be dramatic. It's instant attraction. There's no doubt about it. All right. And it's just right now, you just got to spontaneous. You just got to go with the flow and take it as it comes with an Aries. All right. This could turn into something more down the line, but it's just right now, it is what it is. This relationship is a very passionate, and it's not grounded in just yet because there's too many variables. Taurus, you're so close, all right? So Taurus and you are closer than you think. Things may actually start to speed up, get more exciting between the two of you, fine tuning. We have Gemini, a very spiritual connection, but it's long distance, all right? So it may be a long journey you're on. You may be going through a long period before it comes together. You guys may just accept that it's a spiritual connection. Cancer, there's another woman, there's another man, there's a very strong sexual bond here. There's very karmic-y situation here. You may feel a very passionate, very romantic connection with your Cancer, but right now you may be struggling because there's a third party, and this could go on for whoever knows. The Moon card, who knows? Leo, it seems like you and Leo are in the right place, right time. It looks like you guys are strengthening your relationship. You guys are coming into this moment where it's finally the right place, right time. We have Virgo, Pisces energy here. We're seeing dreaming of each other, right? So you guys really are fantasizing about a future with each other. Sometimes it may feel like, is this a fantasy or is this reality? Right, but there's a lot of energy here. You may be confused right now, but there still seems like something is worth holding on to and seeing where it goes. Libra, surrender and go with the flow. It's saying let go and move on. Allow it. Let fate take its course. All right. It's not the right time to take action. Let things play out. It's, there's things changing here, and just let fate take its course. Scorpio, fourth house. You and Scorpio feel very close. This could be childlike. You guys, this could be a Scorpio from your childhood coming back in. I do see you building a foundation with a Scorpio, very soul connected. Sagittarius, very romantic, fire energy, romance, all right? So dating, fun, romance, just having fun, going to parties. So this feels very romantic and very passionate right now, and that might be all it is right now. Capricorn, I'm seeing challenging. It just requires adjustments. You may be frustrated with your Capricorn, but it's about learning to compromise with each other. Aquarius, all right? So something happening with an Aquarius. A seed planted is finally growing, manifesting. You guys may see growth in your relationship. Pisces, you have the 8th house energy. So this can bring in endings and beginnings. All right. So depending on where you're at, you're going through a lot of change with them. It's very transformative. But something does need to end in order for something to begin. All right, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. How's everybody doing? All right, Aquarius. Who's your next relationship? All right, Aquarius, who's your next relationship? You got the Hermit too. Somebody's silent on you, somebody kind of distant on you. You know, you're reading this week. You know, it talked about somebody returning to your energy, no matter what the silence is. It's like there could be space between the two of you guys, but somebody finds their energy in your field. So whether you keep thinking about somebody, somebody keeps coming up in your mind, and, you know, so, you know, honestly, if they're popping into your head, you want them to, you know, it's like, to me, it feels that way, in this energy anyways. So there could be a Virgo. There could be somebody that's been quiet. There could be somebody that's at a distance, somebody who you were talking to for a moment and disappeared. I'm not getting a heavy energy around this one though, but it feels like they're still there. They're still there, but let's see what's going on with you. You got the Two of Cups too. I just shuffled these cards, guys. You saw me shuffle them a lot. So you've got similarities here with Aquarius energy. So whatever Aquarius, you know, whatever Capricorn was going on with Capricorn might be bleeding into your reading as well, you know. And I shuffled these. You guys saw me shuffle them right in front of your face several times and cut, right? So you have a connection, you and another person, even if you're distant from each other. You guys meant something to each other, or you do mean something to each other. You have something that got started here. You know, whether or not it's a relationship that's only meant to be temporary, maybe we're just meant to, you know, connect and help each other in the moment, or maybe it is supposed to be long-term, who knows? But regardless of whatever it is, whoever's showing up in your reading today, you guys still really meant something to each other, or do. You got something started here. Your challenge though, the King of Swords, Aquarius. All right, I don't know. I'm still learning my Aquariuses, okay? But the King of Swords, you can assume things too quickly, and you're right, that's it. A challenge is the King of Swords can be challenging. You don't trust. You know, somebody lies, somebody bullshit, somebody whatever, you know, or you detach or get cold, or you're so afraid to show your feelings that you act cold. I don't care. Yes, you do. But it's easy for you to do that because that's your, you know, it's easy for you to go, it doesn't make sense to think about it. It doesn't make sense. I don't care. Ice Queen. But also it can be a protective mechanism, because it feels like you were falling in love and you're in love. And as soon as your heart starts to pump and you start to feel the blood going through your veins, all of a sudden you have to, you know, go hang out in, you know, in the ice fields, the ice cube, the ice, whatever, the freezer. Got to stop that shit from happening. But I just feel, yes, you get hurt. I get it. Well, for you guys, those of you, if you're new to my channel, I'm a Scorpio, and I often refer to Scorpios as the Ice Queen too, because we can be Queen of Swords or King of Swords. It's a very detached energy. And the more detached you are, it's because the deeper you feel, the deeper the wound goes. And so I do believe Scorpios can be really close to Aquarius when it comes to that. I've actually, somebody, I don't know if it was somebody in here or somebody thought I was an Aquarius. And, but that could be, that could be what your challenge is that Spirit, these two cards mean to me today. I'm looking at you and what Spirit wants you to look at, and it looks like Spirit wants you to trust again. Even if somebody has hurt you, has lied, it's really hard to open up again to love, but you're wanting it. You want it. That's the problem. If you weren't here and you did not want it, I would say keep it closed. Stay in your coffin. But it's showing me that you really want love and you really are falling in love, and it's about being vulnerable again and learning to be vulnerable. And with Pluto and Aquarius, and Venus right now and Scorpio, it just feels to me like that makes perfect sense, that it's really trying to open you up to deepening your connections and going deeper and trusting again and being vulnerable again, because that wound must run deep. So the person coming towards you could be an air sign. By the way, it might be somebody else who is also can be cold, it can be detached as well, and it could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But I'm seeing Page of Swords. All right, so here's the difference. You have a king. Sorry, you're showing up as a king, and it does not matter gender, but you're seeing a Page of Swords coming towards you. So you're going to have to teach, you're going to have to get to understand, and you're going to have to let somebody know who you are. You're going to have to let somebody in. This is somebody who's curious about you. This is somebody who really does want to learn. This is somebody who just is if you're a page, you're a page. You can't get mad at a page. They just don't know. And you are somebody here that, Aquarians, your mind, you're the big talking heads in the cosmos. That's how I've always referred to you as. I always see you as, the nanus, but not everybody's going to know to your level. And, but you're being asked to connect on a different level. It's not about logic anymore. It's about letting love in. And it looks like somebody is trying to understand you. Somebody's trying to figure you out. I think I am too. I think we all are trying to figure you out. Want to make it work. All right. So you have somebody here that you might be talking to, somebody that might have gone silent a little bit. I see them returning. You have a Cancer energy, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. You have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You have somebody who's very cautious, also trying to figure you out. So they are going to be somebody who puts the brakes on quick, right? But it looks like they're gonna come back in, accelerate. And it looks like each time they come back around, they get a little better. So whoever this person is, as long as they're getting better, every time they learn, every time they do something, or every time they come back around, you see improvements, and you're like, oh, this person is trying. This person's trying to get to know me. They go silent. They're self-reflecting. You do have somebody that's kind of quiet, a little bit more introverted. Give them time to think. Give them a little bit of space to think. But I do see it could be somebody you're talking to. Could be somebody that's trying to reach out to you, trying to think about what to say. But I definitely see a return, and this could be somebody that you just recently talked to. It doesn't have to be somebody that you've been drastically, angry with for 10 years, but it does show me that you have a return, and we have a Mercury retrograde coming in. So your next relationship could be an air sign, somebody with earthy qualities, Virgo qualities, Cancer qualities, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Now, how will you know and what to expect, right? And I see the Four of Pentacles. You'll know, because this is an energy that you've felt before, and this is an energy that somebody pulled back real quickly. So it's really hard to get this person to open up, right? So this energy. But just because it's hard to get this person to open up, it's hard to get you to open up too. So they're mirroring you in a sense. And this is somebody here that also might be a little bit, stubborn and very, just very earthy, very, very earthy, hard to open up. All right, very cautious energy here. So what's the purpose of this relationship? The Queen of Wands. All right, you might be helping this person open up and be more confident. bringing passion into this relationship. So there's a vision here. This person sees a vision with you. You've seen a vision with this person. There's a purpose for this. This person here, all right, in the Eight of Pentacles, it looks like you guys are challenging each other to open up and bring passion into your relationships. There seems to be more activity coming in, all right, somebody opening up and being more confident to speak up. All right, this could be your next relationship. I am getting fire sign too, you know, so it is hard. I'm seeing somebody who's very well dressed, who's very attractive, somebody here that may say the wrong things at times. Maybe they kind of hold back when they're saying things. Maybe you feel like you want them to open up more, be more confident. Well, it looks like your person may be returning more confident. All right, let's see what I get for reflection here. All right, what do I got? All right, so I have a balance. I love this, how it looks like almost Aquarian energy, you know? It's like there's love inside this, the ice, you know, like let's warm it up. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So this relationship that's coming in is going to be one that there's going to be a lot of communication. You're really helping your person open up, and this person is learning to understand you. But you've got to express yourself. You got to be able to let this person learn you too as well, is what I'm getting. And I'm seeing lots of communication. I am seeing this person could be younger than you. And maybe you do feel frustrated because you feel like this person should know, all right? But that's where the challenge is coming in, all right? There's a challenge here when it comes to, you can't expect the person to just know your level, know where you're at, all right? And I do see your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they'll manifest physically. So I feel like you already, like I said, this person's in your energy. You know who this person is. Let's see Aries through Pisces. All right, so if that left you feeling a little uncertain, this part here, Aries through Pisces, will tell me where the future energy is going with you, Aries through Pisces, okay? So you are definitely dealing with some challenges, Aquarius, right now. I mean, there's not a doubt there. Aries, I got Mars energy. I mean, you guys are karmic, right? It feels like you force it, or it has to be there's constant tension, argument. You and Aries seem like there's passion, there's sexual attraction, but there's two leaders, there's two chiefs, and nobody wants to follow the other, right? So you may be finding that there's a lot of conflict here. There's passion, but conflict. So I'm going with karma. Doesn't mean it can't work. All right. Taurus, your guides are helping you with your Taurus. All right. So all is well. So this tells me you've got to surrender and just let things play out the way it's meant to play out. Gemini, we're seeing a tower moment, so the truth is coming in. So there's either an ending or a beginning. It depends on, who's transforming and if this is true, if this is real for the two of you. If it's not going to fit, it's not going to fit. This will show it. Cancer, I'm seeing true love. I'm seeing beautiful romantic energy. It's letting love in. It seems like a Cancer's fallen in love with you. They're very attracted to you. Leo, taking charge, all right? So you and Leo, definitely this is new. It might be new for both of you. You guys may be opposite, but it seems like you guys are going to try and make it work. There's definitely a lot of potential here. Virgo, same thing. You and Virgo could end up in marriage. There's definitely a purpose here, a soul purpose for you and a Virgo. Libra, lots of learning and expansion and growth, all right? So you got a long road ahead of you, but it seems like you and a Virgo, Libra, seems like you're learning a lot for each other, and there's a lot of optimism here. Scorpio, fire element. You and Scorpio are very passionate, very dramatic, and instant attraction. All right, so lots of passion, which can bring also a lot of intensity. Very karmic. It could be very karmic. It could turn karmic. Sagittarius, healing energy, very karmic soul connection here too. This tells me that you could make amends. You could heal and move on, or you could heal and move on together. Capricorn, there could be a soul agreement, marriage here, very attracted to each other. You guys really love each other. Aquarius, I've got the lone wolf. So we're seeing, you know, you're distant by yourself, keeping yourself distant. It's expressing yourself fully, feeling like you can express yourself. Maybe you're trying to, and that's part of this transformation for you, is to learn to express yourself to your person so that they understand, and you don't feel so lonely. I think you're being misunderstood by the person that's in your world. And I think through communication, the person that you're in a relationship with next is going to be somebody. It's going to be challenging at first, but it's going to be somebody who wants to get to know you and wants you to express yourself. So this is going to be you. It says explore your own modes of expression, especially if you're feeling like people are just not getting you. All right. And you and another Aquarius could be mirroring each other. And that could be creating that hermity energy, that distance between you and another person. But it may be making it so that people are just misunderstanding you, or you're misunderstanding somebody else. Pisces, I see lots of communication coming in with a Pisces. Could be a very superficial energy with a Pisces, but this could turn into something really promising. It's just very lighthearted and playful right now. All right, Pisces. Let's see, Pisces, 3/15/15. All right, Pisces. And here we go. You're welcome. I hope it resonated. Hope it helped in any way. Pisces, who am I picking up for your next relationship? The reading may sound like the person you're connected to. It may come through clear. If it comes through as a new, definitely I'll say so. If it feels like a pass, I'll say so. If I can't tell, I'll say so. But I will do Aries through Pisces. So if you do have somebody specific on your mind, I will see the future energy or where the possibility or what could happen with that connection. Pisces. Thank you. I'm glad it resonated. All right. All right. So good start. 3 of Wands. Whoever's on your mind, whoever's your next relationship is on the horizon. So this is, coming around the bend. All right. There's somebody serious, somebody that wants to see things move forward. It could be a fire energy, but there's room for lots of growth here. So this feels like you may already know this person. You may have been connecting already, talking, gone on a couple of dates. For some of you, you could have been connected for, quite some time here, but it's like you're putting the pieces together. So there is passion there with this energy, a lot of fire, a lot of passion. And it looks like a conversation may be coming in about what's the next step. This is looking really good. All right. I have the Death card. So the Scorpio energy. This season is about to merge, about to make a relationship go deeper. And, clearing away what's not serving a relationship and finally making room for something new to come in. So something's changing. The season's changing. I have your energy, the King of Swords. So you could have an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, the next person that's on your mind, or somebody that's on your mind that's a relationship. But this is also your energy, and your challenge is the 8 of Swords. All right. So you may be dealing with some trust issues, and Spirit is asking you to release any fears or doubts around what's happening next, who's coming into your life. You may be overanalyzing a situation. You may not be trusting yourself, right? But this here to me feels like these are your own limited beliefs. You may have a lot of insecurities that you've built up about a situation, and it may not be as scary as you think, especially with the Three of Wands. It looks like something is coming in, but you're losing, you may be just losing trust. Air sign is big, so I see communication around you, and the person that you're connecting to may struggle with communicating, and that could be what is stressing you out, because you're a water sign. You want to be able to feel what somebody's feeling, and this person here may have a hard time expressing their feelings, the person you're connecting with. This person coming towards you, Nine of Cups, there's no doubt that you don't bring out the best in them. That just came through. All right. It's the Nine of Cups. They fully desire you. I mean, they see themselves with you. They feel good with you. You bring out a part of them that maybe they're just not used to. All right. So you're getting some sort of wish that you are wanted. Wish coming towards you. This is like the wild card. This is the card you want to see. Everybody's waiting to get, like the Nine of Cups. Yes, right. I'm living in my best. I'm doing my best. I'm self-loving. I'm caring. Everything that the freaking gurus tell me to do, and I'm doing it. And now here comes that magic 10 of Cups. I'm finally getting my happily ever after. All right. So you got a good vibe here. But you're being asked to release and so your worries and doubts around these fears. What happens with this energy, the reason why I'm going to focus on this for a second, is because with this Three of Wands and with these two energies, you can possibly let your fears think you might see something that's not there. And you might react and decide to do something or say something or go a different direction out of fear. And as you go and move on, or you think something, or you start something or say something, your person might have been just about to give you a diamond ring, and they just caught you kissing somebody else. It's one of those type of situations where we let our fears get in the way. And so we start making decisions and not listening to our heart, not listening. We're trying to analyze everything, but we're analyzing in a place of panic. So your person, Nine of Cups, tell me more about this person. How will you know? The Hermit card. So this person may have gone quiet on you, and that could be what's driving you crazy. You are dealing with somebody here too that needs their space, needs their own, they go their own way. They need time to do their own thing. You have to kind of look for this person every now and then. It feels like I got a lot going on. I do a lot. I focus. This person is good to go by themselves as well. So they feel comfortable. They may have they need their alone time. They also could be just at a distance from you, and they trigger you whenever they go silent. And you may feel like you're constantly waiting for them to open up. But again, you're dealing with somebody who has a very hermity type of energy. And this person isn't somebody that is quick to just, let's talk about feelings all the time. Let's talk about where things are going. Let's talk about, and honestly, Pisces, this person here might not even be my Pisces in my life. You guys talk about everything. I can get in strong spiritual conversations with you. And your person here, if they are a hermit, so you can get in a lot of good, deep conversations with them too. But sometimes they just go silent and need their own alone time. And they might not be on that same page with you all the time. So Virgo energy can be very earthy, grounded, wanting to keep things down to earth, wanting to ground in. All right, what's the purpose of this connection? I see the Five of Swords. Let's clarify that. With the Page of Pentacles, trust. Learning to build trust with this person. You are building a slow and steady relationship with somebody, and it's one step at a time. Your person has a hard time opening up. They're a Page of Pentacles, and they're slow. And if that might irritate you, because you're the king, you're showing up as a King of Swords. You're ready to, but you're also ready to assume things. And this person may be giving off a friend vibe. Maybe they have friend vibed you, or kind of put you, said, hey, I'm not ready yet. And the Three of Wands, you've been waiting for this person, but they could be coming out of silence now. I'm ready for this, or I want to take things slow. I want to be friends before we make this long term. But I have a misunderstanding here, and I feel like you guys are just trying to learn each other or figure each other out. You may be assuming the worst with your person, but to me, it shows me your person here is just a slow mover, just wants to do things at their pace. That may or may not be right for you or what you want, but it's what's showing up. The Eight of Pentacles. This person's going to be in it to win it. It might not go as fast as you want in the beginning, but give this person enough time. It looks like they are serious about moving forward with you. And this could end up in a long-term relationship. So I'm getting patience and trust with you as well, too. So let's see. All right. These are a lot. I decided to take on a big long reading today with soulmates. Remember, guys, I am going to do these with the individual readings this week too, so you all get a little bit more in depth when I go into your next relationship. So you'll get another chance at this. You'll get another chance at this. All right. So sacred union is what I'm getting. Honor and treasure your relationship. This relationship may be one that's different, may take some work, but it's one that is truly sacred. And I am getting a sexual union too. And I'm feeling like here, maybe it hasn't turned into that yet, or you're wanting it to get deeper into that. I'm feeling that that's coming in. There's no right or wrong here when it comes to the matters of the heart. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So this definitely is a situation that is unique and complicated. And it's one that nobody else is going to be able to explain. Only the two of you. But it feels like you guys are taking the next step. And this could be your next long-term relationship. Let's see Aries through Pisces. You have Virgo there for strong energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right, Aries. All right, so slow and steady with you and an Aries. It seems like you guys are more friendly. Eventually things could turn into something a little bit more stable, but right now it feels more friendly. Taurus, taking action. It looks like you guys are stepping into a new type of relationship. Something is just beginning between you and a Taurus. Gemini, very attracted to you. They see a future with you. So this is a very strong heart connection, soul connection here. Same thing with a Cancer. It's once in a lifetime opportunity. So believe the impossible is possible. Very strong soulmate energy with a Cancer. Leo, I get a friendship vibe. I feel like you guys will see each other in the future. You guys have strong connection, but it seems very friendshipy. Virgo, karmic, all right? So hidden truths coming to the surface and outcome still remains unclear. It's definitely a very karmic-y situation. Libra, very spiritual connection, but also distant. It could be just a spiritual connection. You feel like you guys are connected, but there's just in physical reality, you're not there yet. But, it doesn't mean it can't happen. It could be in the future. Scorpio, definitely feels you, dreams about you, but there is a sense of an illusion here too. So this could be a very spiritual connection, very in love, but is it a fantasy? Can we make it happen? Sagittarius, looks like Sag wants to make it happen. You guys could end up in a strong commitment. Capricorn, you are meant to fulfill this contract with a Capricorn. Aquarius, you and Aquarius, a lot of growth, teaching, learning with each other. There's room for expansion and things are going to move forward here. A lot of growth with you and Aquarius. Pisces, you have a very challenging relationship. All right, it could cause a lot of frustration. It's about learning to compromise. Things contradict each other in this relationship. It requires adjustments, but it's definitely one that is worth it, and you guys will grow from it. I love you guys. I'm going to let you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a break before I go live with the next live. So if you want to get a reading, get in on the list now, because I'm going to close it within the first probably 50 minutes. I only like to stay on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 the most, depending on my energy. So the sooner you sign up, the better. I will see you when you're over there, and take care. Thank you to everybody that was here today. I love your energy. Thank you for hyping the videos. I am seeing you guys hype so much, so many, and it's just amazing how much it's helping me. And you guys are awesome. And the timestamps will be up afterwards. I'll see you guys all Monday. But Aries, Taurus, and Gemini will be out on Sunday. Take care.